legendary franchises on one legendary radio station. It's the Sports Hub.
Ladies and gentlemen, I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Toucher
Yes, I finally shaved my nuts.
and Hardy
Who, me?
Just hanging around.
on 98.5.
Fingerman, heard about you.
Yeah.
We're Costco guys. Of course we go shopping while eating a chicken bake.
That's gross.
Not a great cook, but I do cook.
When I asked him about the sides,
Kick them in the balls.
I don't care about it, but it's not good behavior.
Blaze Bailey is omitted.
Toucher and Hardy
We're the best friends that can be, my buddy and me.
on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Let's go.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Good morning. Oh, excuse me. We are Toucher and Hardy.
Thanks for getting up and clearing out the cobwebs with us. 6:04 Thursday morning. 62 degrees in Boston. How you doing, Wallach?
Great.
69 degrees in my bedroom
Hell yeah.
Energized, ready to go, Hardy. Thanks for asking.
because we're both pleasuring each other at an awkward angle. And
But
that's
it
the way
all-
we do it in my house.
But it always fails to satisfy. That's the great thing about the old 69.
It's
Nobody really likes it all that much. Wallach.
I haven't done that in years and years and years. Probably once I figured out it sucks.
Well, you got the weekend coming up.
But so I got to get a mirror and a cutout of myself. I don't know how I do it. All right, big show on the way today. Tom Karen, the games and things of that nature. We will talk about the Red Sox who played 2 yesterday, and they split the doubleheader. So now it's all over, and they have to start all over again to get to the all-time wins in a row record, consecutive wins record for the Boston Red Sox. A huge failure last night at Fenway Park.
Look, you get that record, the rest of the season is forgotten about.
That's right.
Well, you get that record, you remember forever.
Yeah. Yeah.
You always talk about that 1945 team or whatever it was.
46.
My bad.
Yeah.
That 1946 team. I mean, you're always hearing about it.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go.
Yep.
But congratulations to the Red Sox. As they are in the playoffs right now, we will continue with that.
1946, that's an absurdly long time ago. It's literally 80 years ago.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
But that always seemed like a long time ago when, you know, like we were growing up and kids in the 80s and they would talk about stuff that was going on in the 40s. Once again, it was pointed out to me yesterday.
Yeah.
When we talk about the 80s, that's like talking about the 40s.
When we were kids.
When we were kids.
I'm reading this book.
I don't like it.
I'm reading this book about the like 80s Sunset Strip, like Motley Crue and like Warrant and all those bands. It's like an oral history. It's Tolstoy. And but so like, you know, this book is from like 78 to like 91. It covers, you know, it starts with like when Van Halen first got popular and ends with Trickster is actually like how it ends. From Paramus, New Jersey. It's not all about LA bands. And like there's, you know, talk of like say Twisted Sister like are talking about shows from 1982 which you can see on YouTube. And I was thinking about it is like 1982 was 44 years ago. 44 years from 1982 was the 30s.
Yeah. It was the Great Depression.
So it's like watching something from the 30s.
Yes.
It's crazy.
Yes. But it doesn't seem all that long ago. And like there were obviously a couple of huge things that happened in between, you know, those two periods. Like, what am I trying to say? the technology revolution that has taken place now should make it seem like the 80s are a lot further away. That was like pre-internet and all that stuff, but it doesn't seem all that far away. Like what? Why does that era seem more tangible to us, and not just because we're live?
I'll tell you, because they say because of the internet and the availability of everything, there's like very little difference between the generations.
There it is.
So every generation, every 10 years, every decade had its like own thing. Like the 50s was like rock and roll and greasers and, I Like Ike. And then the 60s was a rebellion against that and was the hippies. Then the 70s was just a rebellion against the hippies and just like, we're just going to have a good time.
Cocaine and excess.
Right. Well, yeah, and more in the 80s. But disco and a bunch of like mindless pap. Then there's a reaction to that, and it's in the 80s, but that also goes into the preppy cocaine thing, like the huge.
Yep.
And it was like the 80s was the last decade without consequences, really, or the beginning of the 80s, because then AIDS hit, and that kind of changed everything. And then the 90s was the grunge stuff and all that, and then there's 9/11, and then the difference between if you watch like a skate video from like 2000 the year 2020 2002 and now, there's like very little difference in the way kids dress. But if you look at something from 1970 and then or 1980 and juxtapose it with something from 2002, it would look like another planet. So that I've heard this before, is that the belief is that because everything's available, so you're not enslaved to your own generation's culture. Like you could just literally get anything, any movie from any era, any song from any era.
Right. No, that makes a lot of sense. The availability and access to that culture makes it just not seem so far away anymore.
Right.
Okay. Well, there's the answer. We solved it.
Because when we were kids, everything was the 60s. Those hippies insisted on themselves. And then they turned out they didn't do anything they said they were going to do. Surprisingly enough.
When we were kids, the 50s, which would have been 30 years ago, that seemed like such a, like a quaint and or antiquated and inaccessible time. Like, what do you mean with the greasers and you walked around?
Wait, Hardy, how about this? At Woodstock, there was a 50s nostalgia act. Woodstock was in 1968.
Yeah.
Right? 69 was in 1969.
And Sha Na Na.
Sha Na Na played, and they were a 50s nostalgia act.
Right.
So they were nostalgic for something that had happened 10 years before that.
Yeah, it'd be like...
Yeah, it'd be like having a 2016 nostalgia act.
Yeah, like a 21 Pilots nostalgic act playing a festival now.
Right, and it wasn't like they were a cover band of one band or one artist. No, the whole gig was, we're going to dress like greasers and remember this.
Okay, but it's not fair to call Sha Na Na just a nostalgia act. They were awesome. And the Bowser,
that extended the Sha Na Na thing. They had their own show.
He did the bicep flex despite not having musculature.
Yes.
Which was interesting.
And he
That was
acted
at the end of
Italian
their show.
despite being very Jewish. So, which is not unheard of in that genre.
Henry Winkler.
Yeah. Do you... but yes, you are right. They were not
in a long tradition of young Jewish men pretending to be Italian bikers.
The boom guys.
Yeah.
But the deal is that, especially when you move to Florida, like all bets are off. You can pretend to be whoever you want to be. But the great thing about the Sha Na Na is they were not a nostalgia act. They could have the 50s were not much to do with what they were all about.
No. The one guy who everyone insists was Billy Crystal, but was not.
Oh, yeah.
Just like him.
Right. They were in the movie Grease, weren't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
But that guy in Grease, and that's when you get the real close-ups of him. It's like, that's Billy Crystal. It's not. Yes, it is. No, it's not. You sure? Yep. I'm not. I think it was Billy Crystal.
Sha Na Na is actually fat. They did have a TV show, and
Yeah,
when I
that was the
very
Bowser
little.
thing. At the end, he always flexed the muscles.
Hell
and,
yeah.
Good night, sweetheart. It's time to go. Is that
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
It's like kind of crazy.
God, my mother hated that. Oh,
Wow, that guy looks like Billy Crystal.
It does.
that
He
crazy?
does.
Yeah,
He does.
He looks exactly like Billy Crystal.
well, think about it.
And they were like old and fat, kind of.
But Grease was this like whole sensation. Which came first, the movie or the musical? Was it a musical?
Musical was
Musical.
first.
Okay, and then
Yeah.
they turned it into the movie.
Right.
But that was in the 70s.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was 20 years.
It was, what, mid-late 70s?
celebrating something that happened 20 years ago. So it'd be like this huge phenomenon, musical and movie that was really focused in on 2005, 2006.
You suck.
Well, with
It
YouTube,
doesn't make any sense. It still doesn't make any
I
sense.
do this in my mind every day, several times a day, because like YouTube and stuff, or like something I read, I always count back the years and then go, what was this many years from when the time I'm reading about?
Yeah.
And it's so odd how culture really hasn't moved.
How much of time being quaint is your father or parents reminiscing about when they were kids?
My parents never did
Yeah,
that.
my parents never did that. Never, ever, ever talked about being kids.
My dad told the same 3 stories over and over again from when he was a kid. When it's something with Ken Gibbard, his best friend.
Okay.
There was the time that somebody stole the pack of lifesavers out of the side saddle on his bicycle, and he hunted him down and beat him up. And now I guess it's just 2 stories. The other ones were when he was older and he claimed to go play snooker as a way to support himself instead of having an actual job.
Interesting.
Hang out in the snooker halls.
My dad, I didn't even know my dad had lived in Texas until like a year ago.
Yeah.
He spent a year at a segregated school in Texas.
But there's some amazing things about my dad that were never fully explored, and I probably can't now. Like I could ask one of his 2 remaining siblings about it, but they probably wouldn't know. Like I told you, my dad was in the Army for 6 months, and I'm like, how do you go in the Army for 6 months? I left. Why? I didn't like it. Well, you can't do that.
You're not allowed to do that.
Didn't like it. I left.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, no one came looking.
Was it?
so-
Well, I mean, was it something like really scandalous? Was it a dishonorable discharge? Did you go AWOL? I didn't like it.
Yeah.
But I never even asked those questions because I was too young, and then you get to be a teenager and you don't care. But now I desperately like to know.
Yeah.
How did you go in the Army for 6 months, Dad? How'd you pull that off? Or why was it only 6 months?
That's probably the better question. What exactly did you leave?
Yeah.
That's a
Don't know.
story and a half, I would imagine.
Don't know.
Yeah.
So Sha Na Na formed in 1969, and they did Woodstock the year they formed.
Yeah.
And their set closing song, which put them on the map, was the 1958 #1 hit "At the Hop."
Oh, that's a good song, though.
So they played a song that was 11 years old as a nostalgia act at Woodstock.
Okay, hold on a second.
And you can tell that they're real greasers because they formed at Columbia University.
Okay.
Okay, so here's your comp. That would be a huge festival taking place this weekend, and there's a nostalgia act up there, and their big closing number would be from 11 years ago, and that was Uptown Funk.
Yeah.
So you'd have a nostalgia act up there doing
Yeah.
the Bruno Mars.
And Bruno
Mark
Mars
Ronson
is
song,
essentially a nostalgia act.
which is a nostalgia act to begin with.
Certainly 1/3 of the show is when he comes up with the other guy and they do like doo-wop.
Okay, we'll go with the number 2 song from 2015, Ed Sheeran, Thinking Out Loud, an Ed Sheeran nostalgia act.
See, the thing about 11 years is the people are still most likely alive and somewhat active. Like if you were 22 years old and had a hit, you're only 33 years old at that point. You could still be playing. Like the Rolling Stones in 1969 and 1979 were still the Rolling Stones. The Beatles.
Yeah.
Every one of the Beatles was still alive in 1979. So, They were still putting things out individually. It's it's just strange. The internet is made kind of, in a way, time stand still in terms of cultural change.
Are you saying the internet is in fact a time machine, Fred?
Kaboom. But I'm telling you, the way people dress, you look at the Brady Bunch when you were a kid. Look at the Brady Bunch, which was filmed for the most part in the early 70s. In 1982, that seemed like it was from another planet. It was parodied. I mean, people would joke around about like what Greg was wearing and stuff. And it was 10 years before that, 12 years before that. I mean, it was incredible. It was ludicrous how people dressed, the differences in them. It was a whole, in the 80s, it was a whole genre of things. The MTV started replaying the Monkees. There was those Brady's parody movies. And the Brady's parody movies were almost entirely about how they dressed.
Yeah.
The first one was pretty good, but it was really about how they dressed because it was so much different.
Right.
I've got clothes from 20 years ago that, I'm no, maven, but there's plenty of clothes that I'd wear that I have from 20 years ago that I wouldn't feel embarrassed wearing. 40 years ago, probably not. Like if you want me to put on my OPs, I'm probably not doing that, or my TNC.
Oh, are they their OP shorts? Are they corduroy?
No, I didn't have any corduroy shorts.
that's
OP was a kind of surf
But
company.
they had a corduroy short. I owned
they
it.
did? Oh, wow.
yeah.
You sure that your parents didn't just say it was OP?
No, I actually bought it at the what was the name of the store in the Winchester Mall?
Sears.
No, it was a very small mall. It had a Kmart attached to it. That was their anchor store at the
Yeah.
Winchester Mall.
You could buy OP stuff at Kmart, I bet. It wasn't like expensive. I just was curious that they made a corduroy short.
Hell yeah.
I was unaware of that. All right. We will be back in just a moment. We can get into what the Red Sox did yesterday. We will be back in a couple minutes.
Did you catch a game last night?
We are Toucher and Hardy. What happened last night's brought to you by Leonard Hair Transplant Associates, where your hair doesn't have to be a game of what happened. So change your lettuce and change your life with Dr. Matthew Lepresti at 1-800-GET-HAIR. Hardy, what's going on?
I'm glad you asked, Fred, as the Red Sox played 2 yesterday. Going into yesterday, John, where did they stand in terms of the streak? Had they tied at that point, or
No.
they were one game shy?
They had won 14 straight entering the first game of the doubleheader, one short of tying the record.
Okay. All right. So let's get things going here. First game yesterday afternoon.
Into center field. That's going to drop down for a base hit. Yoshida scores. Here comes Cedon. Here's the throw. It's up the line. And the Red Sox lead it 2-0.
2-0 right away in the first inning, and they weren't done. They were not done in that first inning in the first half of the doubleheader.
This is a guy he's hit. He's 5 for 11 off Kramer. 2 down. Line drive in the right field. That's down for another hit. Off into the corner. That's going to score 2. Contreras is home. Durbin is home. Durant into third, and he's going to dive in there with a triple. 4-0 Boston.
At that point, it kind of had that feeling. Well, we'll just go ahead and let's skip to the second game, which they're also going to win. It very much had that vibe in the first inning of Game 1 yesterday.
I just want to mention Jaron Duran had a triple in that at bat to raise his average to 192.
Okay, see.
Well, it's not that anymore. It's 190.
Yeah, it dropped down after that.
Yeah.
But it was a hit. He drove in 2 runs. They scored 4 in the first.
Yes,
Yeah.
they did.
Almost 2 times out of every 10 that he gets up. Almost.
Yep.
He'll get a hit.
Cedon Rafaela with some fireworks in the fourth.
High fly into left center field. It's way up there. The wind. Back toward the wall. And yes, sir. It's out of here. Home run, Cedon Rafaela. Had just enough. And the Red Sox lead it 6-2.
There you go. And the Red Sox take Game 1 yesterday by a final of 6-3 to match the mark set by the Red Sox in 1946.
Jake Bennett, by the way, pitching well, rookie lefty, took a 102-mile-an-hour line drive to the stomach and stayed in the game.
Didn't seem to bother him.
That was pretty cool. He took it and then he made the play and then they Jesus Christ. Contreras came out and was like not allowing. He was like, the guy was just like shaking him off and made him pick his arms up and like touch his waist. And then the trainer came out. Yeah, he handled it. He wore it. I think he was able to block. I got to imagine it didn't I don't think it got all of his stomach. I don't know. He bent over and it looked like he might have gotten a piece of it with his, like a little bit of his arm.
Right.
Whatever. It did not faze him at all. He didn't make a noise. He didn't make a grimace. He just wore it.
And not only that, he pitched another inning after that.
It didn't hurt him.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, he turned at just the right moment and took enough off of it to where he's like, yeah, I'm fine.
I mean, the guys get hit with 100-mile-an-hour fastballs. You know, it's something unless it hits your hand that, or your face. And, it's not nice if it hits your head, but if it hits you in the body, I'm sure it really, really hurts. But, I mean, it's a very temporary pain. So good on him.
Well, let's skip ahead to the nightcap then. As, hey, if you like a 4-0 start in a baseball game, you got more of the same, but different.
The bases all jammed up, and that gets away. That's on top of the screen. A run will come in to score. Alonso touching home plate, 1-0 Baltimore.
Wild pitch there from Eduardo Rivera, and Baltimore strikes first and second.
And a 2-2. Line drive and a base hit into right center field. Henderson scores. Here comes O'Neill. He will score. And here in Game 2, it is the Orioles who come out firing. They
was
lead
he an
3-0.
opener? Did he serve as the opener, or was he supposed to stay in?
He was supposed to stay in. Rivera can go more than an inning. He's not a short inning guy. He's a 23-year-old starter pitched largely in Worcester. And the thought was that Ranger Suarez was going to be able to pitch this game, but now he came down with an illness on top of the hamstring, so he couldn't go.
Yeah, you'll call kids up from AAA in a doubleheader, right, to pitch often.
Rivera was supposed to go longer than 2/3 of an inning, but threw 41 pitches before mercifully Tracy came and got him. So that was the end of his day.
Yeah, I feel bad for him.
Yeah. So as I mentioned, the Baltimore would strike first and second and third and fourth.
And swung on and lined into left field. Duran backing up, leaping, can't get it. That's going to get by him. Here comes another run.
Breaks him.
Into second base goes Rodriguez, and that'll make it 4-0 Baltimore.
Screamy meanies.
Yeah, the bad Red Sox showed up here. Remember we had Ian Brown on yesterday, and he said Duran has played a fantastic left field. The bad Duran was back in the field for the nightcap. Went way too close to the wall, misjudged the whole thing, and it turned out to be bad, really bad. Duran has shown an inability to play the wall, and that was a good example of it.
Watch off the wall if you're playing the wall. Red Sox would provide some offense of their own. Not much, but let's go to the bottom of the fourth.
Yoshida trying to pick him up. And a base hit to left. Contreras charging to third, going to be waved in. Here he comes. He will score. The Sox on the board.
There's Fenway. There they are right there.
There you are. There you are, Fenway.
I see you.
I see you. Oh, you decided to make a little noise. It must be my birthday.
Masataka Yoshida singles to Taylor
Let's not
Ward
go wild here. Like all of a sudden Fenway is going to be out of control. Like Toronto comes in this weekend, right? Mm-hmm. Now I know that they're booing Guerrero now, but in Toronto. But I guarantee you, there's a very sizable Toronto crowd in attendance.
Sure.
Over the next few days, I'm gonna almost guarantee it.
It was startling, though, the difference in that crowd, which had been lulled to sleep and had kind of accepted that maybe this wasn't going to be the record-breaking game. To see them come alive just on that one run being scored in the fourth. I mean,
well, anything is possible when you've won 15 straight games. Yeah. So they got charged up. And
well, you're down 5. You're down. What was it at the time? 4-0.
Yeah.
So of course 4-0. You can come back. So, ticket. You could have gotten into that early game probably for basically for free. The late game at one point for a brief moment, the get-in price was $200. I mean, the get-in price for a regular season baseball game. So people wanted to be there to see history, but they walked away empty-handed.
And a little flare on the infield. That'll be caught by Holiday. That's the ball game. The Red Sox lose for the first time since the 1st of July. The 15-game winning streak has come to an end here tonight. This extraordinary winning streak, tying the franchise record earlier today. But Baltimore wins this one 5-1. The Red Sox wind up splitting the doubleheader.
All those little things the Red Sox did during the winning streak all disappeared in one night. You had Andrew Monasterio get thrown out at second base after a shot off the wall. He should never have gone to second, but he did. He got thrown out. You had that Duran defensive play. In the first inning, Durbin tried to get Gunnar Henderson at second on a ground ball to third, and it was a bad throw or a bad decision, but, he was safe at second, and all of a sudden the bases are loaded. Bale forgot how many outs there were during one inning, started walking off the mound with 2 outs. Just the little things that plagued this team all season up until the winning streak all reappeared last night. So I say that to say this. What happens now? You've won 15 in a row. You're in playoff position. You have a 2-game lead, I think, on Seattle for that final wild card spot. So are we going back to the way things were before the winning streak? And Toronto, by the way, is having a horrible season. They're going to sell off real soon. Do you stand up and go win 2 of 3 at home against a team that you should, considering your position?
It's interesting that, people go, what should they do at the trade deadline? And they need a right-handed bat. I'm reading now that there might not be one relatively decent right-handed bat available in trade. That there's nobody. That of all the things of need, reliever, starter, left-handed bat, all these things, that right-handed bat is something that is so. This push for them to do something. What there's a ton of is starting pitching. There's a ton of starting pitching available.
One of whom is going to pitch at Fenway on Sunday. Gossman, who's in the last year of his contract, his pitches really well. That's a guy you can get.
Yeah, but I mean, if I'm them, how much do I want to give away to get a starter?
Well, I think
what you would want is a right-handed bat, but that's what they need is a right-handed bat. They need that's absolutely what they need. Mm-hmm. They don't really even need another starter. That's more of a luxury.
I disagree, but
what's the team ERA the last 25 games?
I'm looking into the future, and you see guys like Bennett, Early, and Tolley, and you don't know what you're going to get out of any of those 3 guys in September.
So you're riding a 15-game winning streak into like barely being a playoff team, and you're going to give up substantial assets to get a starter?
If you are in and you're trying to make the playoffs, you're going to have to give to get, sure.
Okay, that's not an answer, though.
Well, that's an answer to get a starting pitcher, it is.
Yes, but if you had to get anything, you would get a right-handed bat,
yes,
right?
Right-handed bat is first and foremost. I did not know that right-handed bats were going to be scarce. I hadn't looked at it yet. But if you tell me that, then I would say, well, this rotation, which is not guaranteed to get back Garrett Crochet, which is leaning on 3 rookies, Early, who knows when you're going to see him again.
Well, you're going to get Crochet back, and then you have 3 rookies. I don't know how much I'd want to give up in this situation to get a starting pitcher. Pass, and I can read you what he says. As it stands now, there's not a single impactful right-handed bat who is certain to move by August 3rd. And if you want to and Wilson Contreras is one of the right-handed bats that could be available. So this is where we are.
Yeah.
But if you want to try to get Byron Buxton out, and you want to ship off your whole team to get Byron Buxton, by all means do it. If you think that's the move that the Red Sox should make right now, they would have to give up half their farm system. But, these are the kind of names, if they're available, you're going to make a move for someone like that?
No.
He's an outfielder, too, and you can't. You don't need an outfielder.
You don't need a center fielder at the moment. Yeah,
exactly. So,
I don't give much credence, I guess, to the idea of chemistry, especially on a baseball team. But there's something weird that was happening with this team over the course of those games.
Far greater than the sum of its parts these last 3 weeks.
So if there is any any players, if you're doing something other than prospects in a trade and you want to go get a right-handed bat and you're going to disrupt that roster right now as it stands, the game day roster, just be careful with that because there's something that they found within that club that has worked for them. And if you change it, you might be disappointed in the results.
Well, if they're buying, they're not going to give anyone that plays any.
Just someone who's there, who knows what it's like the secret sauce we were talking about earlier. Sometimes it's someone who's there, sometimes it's someone who's not there.
See, I look at it differently. I think that this is one of those moments in baseball that you can't explain. And you see trends now, like that guy Siegler, who's a great story. He's a 27-year-old guy who's largely been a minor leaguer his whole career and has been great at the top of the order, but now he's 6 for his last 37. You know, there are trends going the opposite direction. I think ultimately talent is going to win out. They can't possibly do this for another 60 games.
So, Fred, are you inclined to, if the right-handed bat market is as soft as it appears right now, would you be okay as a Red Sox player if they said, okay, we're not going to sell off, and we were thinking about doing all kinds of stuff, whether it was Chapman or Sonny Gray or whoever. We're not going to do any of that, but we're not going to add either because we think you guys can do it. Would you be okay as a player?
I would say that, first of all, I don't know. Yeah, I guess if I'm a player and they're still paying me. But so how many games have they won out of the last 25?
20. They've won 20 of their last 23.
Okay. They're still in the third wild card spot. Realistically, so now you don't get rid of Chapman and you obviously don't get rid of Contreras. Like you keep you don't get rid of any major parts, I guess, unless you lose 8 in a row or something, and it just gets you right back down to where you were. But the American League is obviously very wide open. It's not even the third spot. And look, if the Yankees are getting freed back, and they're most likely
Cole just had a real good start too.
Yeah, they're gonna probably keep that top spot in the wild card or Tampa Bay, one of the two. But nonetheless, the second and third wild card spots are wide open. There's no really right-handed bats available. If I'm not just, you've won so many games in a row in so many games out of the last 23, and you're still just 2 games up in the wild card. Like, you can't. If you win 15 games in a row, usually you could take a breath and absorb like some kind of bad stretch. Mm-hmm. You could go 3-7 over a 10-game stretch. They go 3-7 over a 10-game stretch. They're almost right back where they started from.
Yep.
So that's the thing that's kind of untenable about this is that, and we talked about it yesterday with, was it Ian Brown that we had on? It's like, or Roach. It was, you go on a winning streak like this, and it's awesome, and you certainly don't sell. And look, you could very well make the playoffs. You're as good as anyone else. I don't think the Tigers are going to necessarily sell, and they're worse than you are right now in the standings. They haven't gone on any kind of crazy winning streak. And, it's just going to be so hard to sustain this. You did so much work just to get back to the very minimum. Mm-hmm. So you got to kind of still keep going 7-3, 7-3, 7-3. And that's very difficult to do.
And the other part of it is when you're bidding for all of these players, and you just alluded to it, there aren't a lot of teams that are in sell mode at this moment. They're in the majors. They're like 6, maybe 7 total. And the rest of them think they have a chance.
Well, that's just it.
Royals, Angels, Athletics, in the National League, Colorado, San Francisco,
New York,
Mets.
and Cincinnati.
Yeah.
And then there's some teams like San Diego and Washington, but people don't think that they're going to sell. And people aren't going to sell, obviously, young players with time or young players at all. So, yeah, there's going to be 5 or 6 teams dealing from a position of strength, and you're not going to be one of the teams dealing. And, who's going to give up more? The Dodgers, who I guess are hell-bent on being the first National League team to repeat. They're hell-bent on it.
Gotta get that last win in before the cap comes in.
Yeah, before they
sell off.
Yeah, exactly. Before they can't keep this up. So, yeah, are you going to try to go and outbid them? Are you going to go try to outbid I mean, what are you going to
Dodgers
do?
going to add like 3 more.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
that's apparently the plan. So no, I think that you stand pat, and if you're a player on the Red Sox, you really no one has a thing to complain about ever. None of them. Who on that team is in any position to complain about
Everyone
anything?
got a chance to play. Well, you didn't think you'd have it.
Yeah, there's no. I guess Chapman could demand a trade.
Yeah.
But other than Chapman, I mean, Crochet's hurt. Who the hell else on that team's got anything to say?
Chapman got his money at the beginning of the season. He has nothing to complain about.
Right. Yeah, but who's got enough tenure and enough success on that team to
Right.
complain? I mean, I just go shut up.
Yeah. You think Siegler and Monasterio thought they were going to play at all this
Yeah,
season?
I mean, there's no one
My
on
God.
that. There's no one on that team that.
Jake Bennett thought he was going to be in AAA all year.
Yeah, there's no one on that team that if I'm the front office, I'm even listening to.
So day off for the team, and as we said, Toronto.
All right, we will be back in just a moment.
Sports Hub headlines.
Red Sox.
Opinions.
Boring.
And he's back with Fred on the Sports Hub.
We are Toucher and Hardy. Hardy, what else is going down?
We got trouble for Caitlin Clark. She picked up her 7th technical foul of the season last night in a home win over the Connecticut Sun. That puts her 1 tech away from an automatic 1-game suspension, which begs the question, what did she do to pick up this technical foul? Well, according to Caitlin Clark, she was locked up in a one-on-one battle. The defender said she was locking me up, so I said, scoreboard. And the ref didn't like that. Both players were assessed a technical foul after the exchange. So Caitlin Clark, she picks up 1 more tech. She's going to have to sit for a game.
Trash talk is not allowed.
Scoreboard. Whoa, you guys.
God.
You guys. All right.
I'm sure. Can you imagine if they teed up everyone in the NBA who did that?
Scoreboard.
Jeez.
Chiefs unveiled yesterday renderings for their new stadium in, I guess it's in, is it in Kansas or Kansas City?
I thought it was Kansas. I thought
Yeah,
they were
it's in
moving
Kansas.
to
yeah,
Kansas.
they're moving over to Kansas.
But the Kansas City is also in Kansas. It's in Missouri and Kansas, so I don't know. It's probably not in Kansas City.
Well, yeah, the Chiefs are a Missouri-based team.
Right.
Yeah, but I think the new stadium
It's
is
in
going,
Kansas.
is going to
yes.
be in Kansas.
It is in Kansas.
Anyway, any guess as to the cost of the new Chiefs
$7 billion.
stadium?
I'll say $4 billion.
$3 billion. Fully enclosed dome will feature a ceiling of translucent ethylene tetrafluoroethylene panels.
Why make a dome for a team in the Midwest who can play in cold weather? Why do that?
They don't want to.
Well, also so
Tired
they
of
can
it.
have events. I mean,
Yeah.
so you can do more than 8 things a year at the stadium. And I think it's a win-win. If they have technology now that they can put a clear cover over a stadium, and the sun still comes in and everything else, and it keeps you from being cold, I'll take that any day.
Is it retractable or is it
No.
permanent?
No,
Oh,
it's permanent.
It is
Okay.
permanent.
But I mean, what do I care if they play in the snow? I wouldn't want to sit in the snow. I wouldn't want to sit in the rain.
I wouldn't want to go to a game.
Nope. I mean, I've been to Kansas City before. It's great, but they're getting rid of that anyway. And that was built in the early 70s, so they have a point. But that's the thing. It's like Ford Field is indoor, and it's older, obviously the new, but they have windows. Everything's a window on the side, so like it does get all this natural light in.
Yeah.
If they had a roof on it that was just clear, it was just like a big window, that'd be incredible. Because you get the heat of the sun, but you're blocked from all the elements.
Now, Arrowhead was already the record holder for the loudest stadium, as you know, a stadium with nothing to keep the sound in. They are specifically designing this new stadium, according to team owner Clark Hunt, with the idea that it will be really, really loud.
Louder than Seattle? I thought Seattle had it.
According to Guinness,
Okay.
they have the world record for the loudest stadium.
That was a really fun stadium to go to. The fans were all cool. There was a guy that had a school bus with taps on the side of it. and we were allowed to hang out with him, and he had a big tailgate party, regular Midwestern folk, and they let us hang out with them. And then when we were at the game, these guys were giving us ribbing our jibs a little bit, nothing too bad. And about a quarter later, I looked over, and there were all these police officers, and one of the guys had blood all over the front of his shirt, and they were arresting his friend from headbutting him. They were celebrating, I guess, and like high-fiving, and the guy like grabbed the other guy and headbutted him in the face, blew up his nose, and the cops came, and the guy's like, he did it. And they were quite intoxicated, which is saying something, because I was in my late 20s, early 30s, and they seemed super drunk to me. And, yep, the guy ended up in jail for assault. Oof. Yeah.
One more item. Tiger Woods' son, Charlie Woods, 17 years old, did not reach the match play round of the U.S. Junior Amateur. There was a 14-player playoff for 2 spots. He was on the first hole of the playoff, taking his third shot when a camera click went off in the middle of his backswing that threw him off.
Yeah.
It is, by many accounts, the only audible camera click during the entirety of the U.S. Junior Amateur.
I see.
No one else having their picture taken mid-swing, especially on a third shot on a hole out of the rough. Like, who cares? You know, no one's taking pictures in these moments. But
he's just a kid. He's got to deal with that kind of the click of a camera.
All right, Fred.
My God.
All right, Fred. I see what you're doing. It threw him off a little bit. He's just like his old man. So
his old man would have been able to stop himself in the backswing.
Yes, that's right.
Or perhaps a kid who's constantly looking at a phone and distracted by things that only last 5 seconds whose brain can process a click. Aren't you supposed to be dialed in?
Yeah.
Focused? Mm-hmm. But like keeping out the noise, shouldn't it just sound like everything should slow down in that moment? And a click of a camera throws you off that much? What did he do? Did he just like ground the club? What did he do when the camera clicked?
It was in the middle of his backswing. It goes like right before he hits the ball, and he turns around. And he turned around and he said, "Really, dude?
Where'd the ball go?
Not on the green."
No, but you said it was the first hole. So what happened after that? And then he fell apart.
Yeah, he needed a birdie. I think he ended up making par instead. So,
damn it, camera click. I wonder if the guy's still just walking around with everyone else.
Yeah.
Or have they executed him yet?
Well, he doesn't have technology exists where you can find that guy and flog him.
He doesn't have Stevie Williams caddying for him. Stevie Williams would have just decapitated him.
You know what Stevie Williams did, which everyone needed, was write a book. Everyone needed to know what the caddy for Tiger Woods had to say, and have no sense of like where you sit in the world, to really act like a badass and like a kick-ass guy. Dude, you carried around Tiger Woods clubs. You know,
and clean them.
It's a good living, and I'm not knocking it. Like, if you love golf and you can carry clubs and you got a good golfer, I mean, I'm sure it's a very rewarding, I'm not kidding, job. I don't know if that's the kind of job you need to write a book about, especially where you're the hero. You know, I race cars and I kick ass. No. You carry Tiger Woods' clubs. And then when that stopped, then really nothing. I race cars.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you?
No, you race the other guys that are carrying people's stuff. You race the bellhops at the hotel. A race car. I think we might have interviewed him and he was out of his mind. Like, I'm a ladies' man or something. He really wanted to be like the 007 of like
caddies.
Of caddies.
Yes.
All right. We have a game to play. We will do that in just.
And then allowed 4 in the first inning last night to lose 5-1. As a result, the team's winning streak ended at 15 yesterday evening, tying a franchise record set back in 1946. Wilson Contreras had 2 hits in the win and scored the only Sox run in the loss.
That was a great ride, 15 game winning streak. There's nothing to be sad about. We have to be happy. We should be proud of what we did. And from now on, just playing the way we've been playing lately.
Sox still have a 2-game lead for the final playoff spot in the American League. They have tonight off. They'll open up a 3-game home series with Toronto tomorrow evening. LeBron James is still a free agent, and while we all wait for him to choose, there are a lot of theories as to why we're waiting. A radio report out of Cleveland yesterday insists he was set to announce his destination last week, but held back after Commissioner Adam Silver pushed him to speed things up. Yahoo Sports is reporting he's waiting to see if any of the top teams on his list can make a trade for either Kyrie Irving or Anthony Davis. Patriots training camp opens for veterans tomorrow, and the New England Revolution and Toronto FC played to a scoreless draw in Foxborough last night. Revs goalkeeper Matt Turner, his 4th shutout of the season. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by Dr. Matthew Lopresti and Leonard Hair Transplant Associates, the hair doctor of Hardy, Tom Karen, and Tommy Curran. Call 1-800-GET-HAIR for your free consultation. I'm John Wallach on Boston's Home for Sports, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update at 7:30.
Listen to it, laugh at it, get mad at it, agree with it, argue about it. It is Boston Sports. Boston Sports. And it is all we do. 98.5 The Sports Hub. Why do people listen to Touch Your
Because it's a thing.
All right.
You know what I'm talking about.
Sure.
No idea what you're talking about.
Here's more of The Thing on the Sports Hub.
Hello. We are Toucher and Hardy. You can watch us on YouTube. Subscribe to 98.5 The Sports Hub on YouTube. Hardy, you have a game to play, you say?
Yeah, Wallach's been give me the stink eye all morning.
I have?
Yeah, it started when I walked in here. He's just doing it again. I just waved to him, and he was mean mugging me.
You got a rude too, dude?
Yeah, what's up, Wallach?
I had no idea I was doing that. I wasn't aware I was capable of that. But okay.
Are you mad at him?
Not at all.
I think John's feeling a little less than because he never worked in a chain restaurant.
Yeah, John never really had any. He was a security guard.
Yeah.
Oh, I worked in Steve's Ice Cream when I was a kid. Does that count?
Nope.
Ice cream parlor doesn't count,
Okay.
Steve's?
Yeah, you know what?
There were multiple Steve's Ice Creams in the area when I was a kid.
All right. I'll give you some credit for working in the food service industry to some degree. But, Fred worked at a TGI Fridays.
Oh, I worked at Ground Round, TGI Fridays, Chili's. I worked at a bunch of places.
I was a bartender, server. Started as a DJ at Houlihan's because there was a separate bar and a little dance floor out there. But
Dance floor.
yeah,
How many people hit were cutting rugs while you were spinning?
On a busy Friday night, we'd have 4 or 5 people out there. Mm-hmm. I mean, they'd really be cutting it up.
I can put it to you this way: private room at Toscano's level type people.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
It was more fun when I got behind the bar and was introduced to Tony. Robbo, chop it up.
It was his subtle way of saying cocaine.
Yes.
He would gesture and make noises
Yes.
to let everyone know cocaine.
Press 3 deep at the rail on a Friday night. We're in the weeds. The service bar is going nuts. Robbo, forget all that.
Yeah.
Chop it up. But Fred and I have, I would say, a more intimate knowledge of the menus of these places. And in thinking about it yesterday and going over some of the menu items at these chain restaurants, I noticed a similarity between the names of items on the both food and drink menu and the names of something else. Which leads us to the game we will play now this morning.
Oh, my baby back, baby back, baby
Is it chain restaurant slop? I want my baby back. Or ZZ Top.
As he's wearing the fart monitor.
Oh, yeah.
And last night he had Sloppy Joe casserole.
I saw that.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Most goyish dish of all time.
Delicious.
It looked pretty good.
A casserole.
What was in the casserole other than the Sloppy Joe meat and the Sloppy Joe sauce?
So my wife adds peppers and onions and
Hey.
Well, there's obviously cheese in it. Of
yeah,
some
and
sort.
cheese and.
Well, you didn't say that, did you? There's no cheese
You
in the
didn't give
Sloppy
me a
Joe.
chance to say it.
So you just say "and" 15 times? Peppers and meat and
Yeah,
Bit of a gourmand, your wife, adding
pretty
the...
delicious. It's my one of my favorite meals from her.
no one thinks they're Jewish. It's the most goyish dish of all time. Sloppy Joe casserole.
I don't do the cheese on the Sloppy Joe. We'll have Sloppy Joes probably twice a year in my house. A little nostalgic throwback. And my wife and kids, they both take a slice of cheese on their Sloppy Joe. I'm like, what are you doing?
So this is something like, they would have pulled out of a Nebraska family oven in 1955.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I made the Sloppy Joe casserole everyone likes. It's just the idea.
It's still delicious.
It doesn't make you sick. It doesn't make you not want to have sex anymore. Pulling a casserole out of the oven.
They got 2 kids. They ain't having sex.
No. I mean, that believe me, you'll never want to again. But that's the second one. It's just that's too much procreation.
All right.
It loses the whole vibe of it is lost at that point.
A Sloppy Joe casserole actually would work in this game, but that is not a menu item at any chain restaurant. So the game is chain food slop or ZZ Top. I will give you the name. You have to tell me if it's a menu item at a chain restaurant or the title of a ZZ Top song.
Okay. Well, John, as we all know, is a big fan of Texas Boogie Woogie. So I have a feeling that he's going to roll through this thing.
Clean up.
Now, for instance, if I were to say cheap sunglasses, that is, of course,
ZZ Top.
It's actually both. Cheap sunglasses was also a rum-based drink at Houlihan, served with a novelty pair of cheap sunglasses. But I'll give you that.
Some of them sold millions. Did ZZ Top sue? Because that's such an obvious, just Houlihan's ripoff of a ZZ Top song.
Yeah.
They did sue.
I don't know.
I wonder if they even knew or if they just got free cheap sunglasses drinks.
Yeah.
And anyone they went into across the
got
country.
a free Brentwood chicken sandwich, which is still on the menu at the remaining Houlihan's.
Oh.
All right. Let's start with this one. Firecracker. Is that chain restaurant slop or ZZ Top?
Okay, so this is a good question because firecracker obviously is big in Japanese food. They'll have like a firecracker roll or something like that. But firecracker could be a redheaded euphemism for, fellatio.
Sure.
So who knows?
I hadn't thought of that.
Yeah.
They do have a fair amount of AC/DC in them.
Well, no,
ZZ
they
Top
have
boys.
100% of AC. Everything's a double entendre. She's a firecracker. I'm going to say firecracker is a menu item.
Slop.
Fred Toucher.
Yeah, we fancy like Applebee's on a date night.
Notice he might as well be dead.
No one's heard from him in a while.
Even this broken world couldn't put up with him for very long. Like that, the way he sings Applebee's with that like little pep in his step there. No, sir.
Well, it's not an Applebee's menu item, but once again, going to Houlihan, shrimp or cauliflower tossed in a spicy chili aioli. That is firecracker.
Yeah.
All right. How about this one? We'll go to John Wallach for Dirty Dog.
Oh, that's ZZ Top.
Well, I mean, think about hot dogs, John.
ZZ Top.
That's a Bourbon Street stay with the Oreo shake.
Listen to him, like just towing that line, trying to sound just a little bit black. Real offensive.
Boy, you can't even tell that ZZ Top, though. A scurvy dog? Is that what he said?
It sounds not so much off from Sharp Dressed Man, that guitar sound.
Wait a minute.
It's funny because ZZ Top, if you were my age, and I know this, you listened to Riff and stuff, I think, but I didn't. And like when ZZ Top was first on MTV, like they just kind of like came and went. They were like a big deal for 6 months. I didn't know they had existed before. They never really existed after. They were on the King of the Hill, though. One of them is Hank's cousin.
Oh, I didn't know
And they
that.
come and they pull pranks on him.
Nice.
And he doesn't care for it.
Fred, poke chop sandwich. Poke chop sandwich. Is that chain restaurant slop or ZZ Top?
Tough one.
Okay, it's definitely ZZ Top because P-O-K-E is those bowls, which they're not.
Poke bowl, yeah.
Yeah, poke bowl. Poke chop sandwich is a euphemism for vagina.
Hi, Madonna, do your thing.
That's right. Poke chop sandwich is a ZZ Top song.
Pork chop sandwich. Laying on the bone.
He's talking about a vagina, right?
Yeah.
No one knows.
they just freewheeling. Not a lot of thought into the lyrics.
John?
Man, I'm running out of words for vagina. I don't know, pork chop sandwich.
Voodoo Magic.
Ooh, that's a tough one. I'm going to say, you know what? I'm going to say slop.
Oh, it's slop. It's too derivative for
Slop.
ZZ Top.
That's right. I got away from anything having to do with the game. I just liked it. Voodoo Magic is a high-proof frozen slushy cocktail loaded with grain alcohol and dark rum that you can find at Fat Tuesday.
Oh,
yeah, and if you have 700 of them, you might realize that you've had a drink. Fat Tuesday, not big on the putting alcohol. You gotta buy the floater.
Fred, Smoke and Fire.
That's about a hot redhead. ZZ Top.
It's got to be gel, nothing else.
Smoke and Fire is a double patty burger stacked with jalapenos, smoked bacon, and fiery chipotle mayo. We go to John for Cocoa Blue.
Cocoa Blue.
Cocoa Blue.
I'll go ZZ Top.
I met a black chick. She was sad. Cocoa Blue.
Yeah.
Cocoa Blue is ZZ Top.
Sloppy Joe casserole. She had the Sloppy Joe casserole.
This one is going to throw you, Fred. You're going to have to think about this one. El Diablo.
Oh, both.
Now, you remember from Smokey and the Bandit, Sheriff Buford T. Justice walks in and says, "Give me a Diablo sandwich and a Dr. Pepper. Make it fast. I'm in a goddamn hurry."
And then they're Austin area band, right? So there's obviously some Mexican influence when it comes to song titles.
Right.
And El Diablo, he's probably like, "I'm your El Diablo 6. I'm the El Diablo. We should get low." By that I mean 6. You know, rah, 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 screwing and stuff. You understand.
Devil humping, that type of thing.
Yeah, lady. Pork chop sandwich. We used that one already. All right.
It is poke chop sandwich.
Poke chop sandwich. Yeah. El Diablo, I'm going to say ZZ Top song.
Got the barber tree stay with the Oreo shake.
Yeah, it's a song. It's a hell of a song.
I'm the man with a tan, El Diablo de Mexico.
Okay.
He's a man with a tan.
Yeah.
El Diablo the Mexican.
John, this one seems rather obvious. Salt Lick.
I'll say, oh boy. See, you might be trying to lead me in an opposite direction.
I'm like a horse.
Yeah.
A dumb horse. Give me that Salt Lick.
Yeah, I want it to be ZZ Top, so I'm going to say ZZ Top.
All right, Madonna, do your thing.
You know, there was no way to distribute songs outside of the record companies. So thereby, if you wanted your music to be heard, there was only, say, like 10 outlets for it. And ZZ Top took up one of those with album after album after album. Who the hell was listening to that? I don't know anyone who likes ZZ Top. Literally nobody.
I still love LaGrange. I think it's a great song.
Well, that's like a classic song, but I'm talking about like.
But in terms of like Sleeping Bag and Velcro Fly,
I know
and Sharp Dressed Man.
Once
and Legs,
they found the drum machine, it went way down.
Okay, I'll ask you this: growing up, and we're all from divergent backgrounds a little bit, like in terms of like areas that we lived in. Did you know anyone with ZZ Top albums?
No, I did.
You did?
Yes.
Dungeons and Dragons, pal?
No, just past that.
What do you mean just past that?
Well, when
like a real serial killer?
when what was it, Eliminator?
No, besides Eliminator.
No, besides
because Eliminator was a hit while you were probably in high school, right?
Correct.
84?
Yes, correct.
Okay, yeah. So I'll let that slide because Eliminator was like they had probably sold 5 million copies.
Yeah.
So no,
Nothing
outside
other
of
than Eliminator. No.
Yeah, I should have been more clear. Like, do you know? I should have said, do you know anyone who's was like a ZZ Top fan, like a real fan of theirs that like had numerous albums or like would see them live? No, neither do I. No. They just seem to be like one of these things that just exists. And there was probably around for 15 years before Eliminator came out, at least 10 years before Eliminator came out. It's a lot of albums that no one heard.
Yeah. Fred, down Brownie.
That's offensive. To make them
Good luck.
perform on you? That's what they said to Nick when he stood up at the hospital. Because he had pooed himself.
He was still covered in his own filth.
He was covered in his
down,
own filth.
Brownie.
You told Brownie to sit down. He's covered in excrement. Down Brownie is going to be, of course, food.
Oh, Fred. Down Brownie is a ZZ Top song.
Down Brownie, my brownie downtown. Not a lot of thought into these lyrics at all. You figure you got to write 8 songs, 8 to 10 songs. Verse, chorus, verse. You're out of there.
Yeah.
How hard is it to at least try a little bit?
Now, this last one is for you, John, because it would be unfair to give it to Fred. There's your biggest hint.
Okay.
Dragon glaze.
That's food.
I'm a Middle Eastern man. She's Middle Eastern. I'm a middle-aged man. She's a middle-aged woman. Gonna give her that dragon glaze.
Yeah, we fancy like Applebee's on a date.
You're like a
I said it was
middle-aged ham, and I'm like a slayer. I'm gonna give you that dragon glazer.
Now, Fred, you worked at TGI Fridays, so you should know that the dragon glaze is fried chicken or salmon slathered in a sweet and spicy Asian barbecue glaze.
No, if you recall the story, I worked there for less than 1 day, or maybe 2 days. I was fired during training, or I quit during training. I couldn't take it anymore. It got to the point they had one of the brainwash people that they had hired from another location and started having them travel around teaching the bar. And the person was like a cult guy that has way too over the top. Like a cult guy that was annoying the other cult members. And he goes, I told you, he goes,
yeah.
This is the fudge ribble dabble dibble. And if you put this in a glass for the Bahamas Scuba Nama, you will have hell to pay. And I went, no, thank you.
Yeah, all done.
I'm going. This is not somewhere I'm going to work. There's 17 restaurants within 4 blocks of here. I can easily pick up another job.
Well, congratulations, gentlemen. You both did very well. And I didn't even have to pull out Burger Man, which is, of course.
You were going to go tube steak.
Tube steak boogie?
Yeah, too easy.
Yeah, that's true.
Come on.
All right, what Burger Man? All right, let's look at the lyrics very quickly of the song Burger Man, shall we?
Well, we can listen to another song we didn't get to while we're waiting.
Okay.
Cherry Red.
That's just so your sunglasses go in the end. All right, here are the songs to Burger Man.
Lyrics.
Oh, I'm sorry, lyrics. This, by the way, came out in 1990.
Mm-hmm.
In case you missed the album ZZ Top. Oh, Recycler. They were already cutting albums Recycler at that point.
Yeah.
Which is where you can find their albums for sale now. My charcoal's getting red hot.
Yep.
His balls.
Yeah.
Put your order in my hand. Won't you let me show you what I got sizzling in the pan? Anyone you want it, baby, I'm your burger man.
Yeah.
You need good hot grilling. Try my burger stand. If you need a slice of thrilling, I'm the baddest in the land. Any way you want it, baby, I'm your burger man. The government should have done something where you got a refund if you bought it, or they took away your driver's license if you didn't want one. Once you try my burger, baby, you'll grow a new thyroid gland.
Yes.
I said, just eat my burger, baby. Make you smart as Charlie Chan.
Right. Oh, Charlie Chan was brilliant.
Gland and Chan.
Mathematician, I believe.
Gland and Chan don't rhyme.
Yeah, but what else are you going to come up with there?
His burger is going to make you smart.
Yeah, like Charlie Chan.
His charcoal's getting red hot.
Yeah.
Balls.
But his burger is his penis.
You think so?
I'm pretty sure.
I don't actually know if that's true. Any way you want it, baby.
Yeah.
You need a good hot grilling. Try my burger stand. Burger stand would be the penis, right?
Well, I think the burger stand would be the bedroom.
He's the baddest in the land.
Yeah. Bad meaning good. This is poetry, Fred.
If you need
gotta
a
think
slice
about
of thrilling.
Yeah. Like a slice of cheese.
Grilling and thrilling.
Yeah.
Stand land.
Yeah. Then gland.
Baby, gland, and Chan.
Yeah.
Hot and got. Hand and pan. This is really something someone with a head injury would be capable of. Wouldn't you be embarrassed putting that on the album? But there's no annotations. Oh, just eat my burger, baby.
Right.
There is the one annotation that you can click on, and it's just a GIF of a smiley face.
Totally worth it.
Oh, my baby back, baby back, baby. Is it chain restaurant slop? I want my baby back. Or ZZ Top.
All right, very good. Tell your friend with the lip. Our party and memoir is tomorrow night. No need to sign up for tickets anymore. They're saying just show up. But it's at the Encore Casino, and I don't know why Ryan just gave us the dress code, as if there was a chance that we were going to be breaking the dress code.
No, you with your flip-flops.
Oh, yeah.
I was not planning to wear flip-flops. There is nothing vulgar, lewd, or inappropriate language or logos will be allowed. Well, I don't know about. So now we can't wear any of our. What about a clever pun?
What about our Wallach T-shirts?
I know. Like, what about our Big Johnson T-shirts?
Right.
Kendra texted me a couple days ago, and she's like, "I have a random question." I'm like, "What?" And she goes, "I'm guest lecturing at blah 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 college, and the professor asked if I could bring in one of the Wallach T-shirts."
Oh.
And I said, "Okay."
When she gets lecturing at Harvard.
It's a good school. I'm not going to say the school, but it's like a good private school, like a quite a good one. Probably a $90,000, $100,000 a year school to go to. Probably requires over a 3.8 to get into. It's a really, really good school. I don't know, but
she doing Tangway's class?
Yeah, Emerson, baby. Yeah, high five. Come on, Rosie O'Donnell's alum, right? John, come here. All right, here's the deal. These kids don't know one way for another. The money's already been spent. I'm going to take a quick cat nap under the desk.
Essentially,
just roll.
That's what happened. He sat down in the corner of the room. I talked for about 40 minutes, and I rapped on the desk, Gary. And then he got up. Oh, okay.
Here's some papers that you can grade. Yeah. Here's a TV.
Give them all a B.
Right. We're going to watch Sybil. Not the movie, but the TV show, Sybil. Sybil Shepherd, right? She played a divorcee. Don't worry about it. We'll watch it. Just kind of soak her in. All right. John, the Red Sox, the bottom fell out. Everything fell apart yesterday, and they managed to lose a baseball game. They did not set the record for consecutive games by a Red Sox team. The team that did set the record did not win a World Series, obviously. It was in the 40s.
They lost in Game 7 of the World Series 2.
The St. Louis Cardinals.
That's correct.
Is that a Dizzy Dean situation, or was he before then?
I think he was before then.
All right. Well, listen.
Enos Slaughter is, I think, that era.
Oh, so I bet you Red Shandings was on that team.
I would imagine that's the case. Yes.
All right. So anyway, so they lose. They are in its. We were talking about it earlier. They won 21 of 23 games, I believe.
20 of 23.
20 of 23 games. Thank you. And that's awesome. And I obviously wouldn't sell. We also were talking about how Jeff Passan has written the sentence that right now it seems there's literally not one impactful right-handed bat that's going to be available for trade, which is bad news if you're the Red Sox, because let's be honest, that's the one thing that you really, really, really need.
They've needed it since the beginning of the season.
Right.
So, yes.
Well, since they didn't do anything this offseason to mitigate it. I guess Contreras.
Instead of re-signing Bregman for big money, they decided to throw all that money at Ranger Suarez. So, yes, they didn't add the impact bat that they needed.
And in addition to some of the things that you mentioned, you said earlier, John, in that loss last night, some of the stuff that we saw them doing earlier in the season, they were doing again. One of those things is not being able to score runs.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, they started a AAA kid, and I feel bad for him that he got shelled like that.
That was tough.
Yeah, and then Bayo pitched well because he didn't have to pitch much of the first inning, only a third of it.
That's right.
But, he came in with runners on and everything, and he was able to.
He was great again. Great.
Yeah, he was good. And so you lose a game, you start a AAA kid, whatever. These things obviously happen, and they're going to happen to every team. If you don't believe me, I think every team will probably lose again. But like I said, there's no right-handed bats. Anything you get beyond that, I would contest I would make the argument is a luxury. So it is going to be interesting. And again, you've won 20 out of 23 games, and you're still in the third wild card slot, which is great and way better than selling and just packing in the rest of the season. So this is by no means hating. I feel like the need to say that because I would get pissed off if I was a Red Sox fan and thought that someone was just randomly crapping on a team that went 20 and 23, and I'm not. But how much can you afford luxuries when you went 20 and 3 and you're still in the third wild card spot? Usually you would think if you went 20 and 3, you could take a breath, you could stand to have a bad 10-game stretch, but no, you can't. You really can't afford to go 5 and 5. I guess you could if everyone else decides to do that. But any other team, you go 5 and 5, another team goes 8 and 2, you're out of that wild card spot. So, you still need to be very, very good. And that's asking a lot after you went 20 and 3. Go ahead.
If you take the overall look at this roster and you take an overall look at this team and you look at the talent across the board, other than the pitching staff, just taking a look at the offense, they've been getting this done with smoke and mirrors now for about 3 weeks. And, Anthony Siegler is a career minor leaguer who's 27 years old and all of a sudden is hitting, except for the last 10 days. He's kind of come back to earth. I think the number is 6 for his last 37 over his last 10 games, even though he had a hit last night. Andrew Monasterio is a career utility infielder, never played more than 90 or 95 games in a season, and he is playing shortstop and first base for you and playing well. Had a couple of hits last night. Wilson Contreras is having the best power year of his career. All of these players are going to come back to earth at some point. Wilyer Abreu, who's having a great season, is going to fall off a little bit. If I'm the Red Sox, and I'm looking at the roster honestly, all the pitching has been lights out. Totally early when he was healthy. This kid Bennett, they're all performing far beyond what you thought you were going to get. I don't know how big a push I make, because even if you make a push and you get to the playoffs, I don't think you're good enough to go very far in them. And you asked me this a couple of days ago. They can make the playoffs, but I don't think they can go very far based on the offense. So if I'm the Red Sox, maybe you pick at the edges, but I don't give up a lot of prospects. No. I don't kind of gut the organization to bring in one huge arm to do it.
And I could tell you, because you're betting that the young pitching won't hold up. But then I could go, okay, well, you're getting Crochet back,
maybe,
probably. If you're in the playoff hunt, I bet you Crochet pitches. Now, look, if you weren't, I would argue that he shouldn't.
The earliest you get him back, based on the interview yesterday, is September. That's the earliest you get him back.
Okay, well, I mean, how many times would a starter pitch for you before September after the trade deadline?
You figure 4 or 5 starts in August, so 10, 8.
No,
8,
John.
10. So 4 or 5 starts in August.
This is the end of July right now. The trade deadline is in August.
Right.
The beginning of August. They pitch every 5th day. So
August 3rd. So
you would get 3 or 4 starts out of them
before September.
September. Right.
Okay.
So is it worth giving up a bunch? Again, my point remains the same, is that you would have Crochet for the stretch run in the playoffs. Probably, I'm guessing. If he is available to pitch, he'll pitch in those kinds of situations. Now that you've won this many games, he'll pitch. If he can come back, he'll come back. They might push him a little bit if it's the end of the season. He wants to.
Sure.
And if it's the end of the season, the postseason, maybe I shut him down. I probably shut him down and just go, don't worry about it this year. If we suck, if I'm on the Red Sox, I'm not saying we collectively. If my team sucks, I'm not pitching Crochet, but he's going to want to pitch, and why not? So my point is this: is that if you're one of the 25 teams that's a buyer, and again, a starting arm, I could argue, is a luxury because any starter you get most likely is not going to pitch in the playoffs for you. Correct? I would think so.
If you're not giving up the farm, yes.
Right, exactly. So I mean, and there's no right-handed bats, so why do really anything?
Yeah.
One of the right-handed bats that could be available was supposed to be Contreras, and now that's not. You got him already. So I don't really know what you could do. I don't know really what kind of big move you could do, because there's no way I'm getting a starter.
Yeah, that's an excellent point about the arm. Anyone that you would bring in, it's not going to impact it. Give you a couple of starts before the playoffs, and after that, you're not going to see him.
Unless you could do something funky and trade one of your veteran older guys for a younger guy that has control.
That would be the only thing you could do
right.
that I think would be universally liked.
Like if there was a team that had a playoff chance, kind of like you, and they were willing to swap Gray and picks for a established younger starter that has term.
Sure.
If obviously something like that I would do, I would give up a starter to receive a younger starter.
And the wild card in all of this is the robot GM who failed miserably at the deadline last year. Do you trust him to make a deal? I mean,
you got to.
He thought he was close to a deal with Minnesota. And they talked to the Twins, and the Twins are like, he wasn't even close. He wasn't in the ballpark.
Did you see the satisfaction when they won the early game, when they showed Breslow in the box?
Oh, yeah. They were dancing around like it was crazy. Oh, yeah. And, John Henry's
almost makes you want them to lose.
John Henry's on the field.
Listen, if I'm John Henry can do whatever he wants. You guys are so mean to him.
No. This is just talking about the Red Sox management in general. This isn't an indictment.
No, I know. John Henry was at the game,
but they're all
sun to hit him.
Overwhelmed. I know. No umbrella yesterday. They were all overwhelmingly pleased. So great. Let's see where we are in a few weeks when water finds its level.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm Breslow, if I'm really running around town all excited with myself about what's going on.
Yeah, what you
it's
did
better
was
than losing, but you didn't do anything.
No, what you did was this roster, despite your best efforts, has provided meaningful baseball into August, which is not something we thought was going to happen. Yeah. So good for you. Everybody outperformed what their career baseline is, including Contreras, including some of your bigger bats, and here you are. People actually care about games you're playing. So that's all you can ask for if you're the Red Sox.
All right. Very good. We will be back in just a moment. Here are the headlines. Today, we haven't talked about him in a very long time. Lots of doings going on in his universe. In fact, there's so much that maybe I'll start here because it's the least interesting of all of them. But, and I'm going to defend him, is that I guess there is a narrative going around online and things about that, in which he's addressing here, which is interesting because unless you had read it online, I don't know, in like a message board or something, I'm not sure quite how you would have even come to this conclusion. But Pat McAfee makes a lot of money, so therefore he's somewhat responsible for the layoffs at ESPN. What did you want him to do? To meet with management and go, hey, give me everybody who's employed by ESPN and your future plans with them, and let me know how I can help? What does he have to do with Carl Ravitch? What does he have to do with Ryan Clark? Didn't have anything to do with that. Should he have seen this happening and asked for less money?
Salaries.
Or just ask for less money. If they were like, we're going to pay you $45 million for your whole show. And that's, I would imagine, licensing the show and everything else. I'd imagine that all the operational costs are pulled out of that and he pays all his employees out of that. I don't think they're paying Pat McAfee proper $45 million a year. I could be wrong. But say that they are. Like, what's he supposed to say? Go, you know what? Make it 40 and distribute that $5 million around to other people. Whoever you're thinking. Whoever you were going to fire, give them that money. I want to get ahead of this. I don't know what you want the guy to do. Oh, you stupid idiot. You took all that money. You're selfish of you. You should have thought about all these people that you have no idea or any involvement with.
We hate anytime this happens.
I should have thought of this. He refers to himself as we, therefore getting everyone else involved. As if anyone was saying it's A.J. Hawk's fault that these guys got fired.
Well,
I find that a little cowardly.
The Hawk is making just south of what McAfee is making. I mean,
the Hawk makes what McAfee says. McAfee's the boss. I wish I would have taken this every time I got in trouble. If I would have taken the we, the collective, and dragged Wallach into it. We, and you guys too. We. Every time I got in trouble for something I said. Very important.
We hate anytime this happens.
And that means whites. As white males, we hate it. I know he's talking about me too. I hate it too.
We hate anytime this happens. Obviously, this is terrible. We don't like that, but we are very honored that we are still partnering with ESPN and Disney for the good of sport for the future. And I hate this. Like, we actually hate it. When we first got there was one. It feels like this happens in corporations a lot.
Yeah, it does. It feels like they fire people a lot. There seems to be downsizing. It feels that way. It feels that corporations let waves of people go.
Yeah. I mean, you don't want to make a definitive statement. It seems like this happens.
I think that it's happened in broadcasting once or twice where there's been a glut of firings.
Kind of getting baptized into this. NFL teams don't really do this, so we're not really in there. The first time we licensed the show through ESPN, one of these happened, we got blamed for it all. It's like, blame us. Okay.
This is a very conversational tone.
Okay, thank you. I feel like you don't fully understand budgets and where things are coming from, but I do appreciate that. This time we're getting blamed as well, which I guess I can understand, but I mean, there's billions and billions of dollars in these companies, and
this is from Wall Street. Gordon Gekko said this. This guy's smart. I'll give you that.
Hard decisions have to get
heavy breather too. Real big on the inhale. That's from his wrestling training.
Companies, and hard decisions have to get made, and we don't like any of them. And we hope we're an asset to the company going forward.
Well said.
I hope we continue to be an asset to the company.
Well said.
Well, yeah, company man, good.
Why don't you guys say "well said" to me more? I would like some assurance, especially when I say "we."
And an asset to sport as a whole, but hate all of it.
Asset to sport as a whole.
He's a big mouth breather. I'll tell you that.
He just needs an office space like, is this good for the company? Banner behind them. We just want to be an asset.
That's right.
Is this good for ESPN?
Listen to
this.
Is
this good for Disney?
He takes a big inhale through his mouth, and then you can tell he's running out of air at the end, and then he has to take two big draws in through his mouth. Listen to this.
Hard decisions have to get made, and we don't like any of them, and we hope
You can tell he's running out of breath.
We hope we're an asset to the company going forward.
Well said.
I hope we continue to be an asset to the company and an asset to sport as a whole, but hate all of it.
He had to suck it in a couple times after that big one let off.
Look, he felt the need to address it, and
he squashed it. Through his words. I don't know why he felt the need to address anything. It's stupid. Whoever's saying it's his fault that people he doesn't know got fired and that he doesn't work with is an idiot.
I think J.J. Watt was on the show at the time and kind of pushed him towards this. That's why he addressed it.
If he felt the need
J.J. Watt was not on the show. J.J. Watt, I think they were playing video of J.J. Watt talking about him.
Okay.
But if he felt the need to address it and he wanted to absolve himself, I think it would have played better if he had just said, I don't know why they laid all these people off. They've got plenty of money, but it's not our fault. They could pay these people they wanted to. They chose not to. And I'm sorry that they chose not to.
I don't know. It's so dumb, the argument, that I don't even know why you would. There's no way of addressing it, because even if you say that, you sound. Anyone that thinks it's your fault that people got fired isn't going to understand what you're saying anyway. Even an idiot, literal mouth breather like him, they're not going to understand what he's saying. None of what he said made any sense. He just said he was happy to work for the company, which is great.
He hopes that he's an asset for them.
And to sport.
Yes, that's the most important.
Most kids dream of that when they're growing up. What do you want to be when you grow up? An asset to the company. That's what I'd like to be.
A real team player. But he swears, so he's very rebellious. As you've seen, the Disney company, when they're not trying to win the favor of the government, it can be quite outlandish. Oh. He's a real rebel with his Disney.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's not his fault that those people got fired. I do have his back on that. But he did release a new album, and I don't know if this is an exercise to get people to make fun of him, and it's like a wrestling thing. I think it might be like a wrestling thing, like a deliberate heel thing. Because everything is wrestling now, and the way he talks is wrestling. So I haven't heard it. I have to be the judge of that. We will be the judge, the collective we. All right, we'll be back in just a moment.
You're listening to Toucher and Hardy.
And now, back to Toucher and Hardy on the Sports Hub.
Oh, yeah. Hello. Who is this, Jonathan?
This is Guy, and you just heard the title of the song, Teddy's Jam.
It's nice of them to say it. All right.
I don't like it when they don't say the name of this song.
How are you supposed to know?
Yeah.
All right. Pat McAfee. You can watch us, by the way, on YouTube. Search 98.5 The Sports Hub. Subscribe to it on YouTube. Pat McAfee, he is not responsible for the people getting fired at ESPN. I agree with him for that. But I am starting to think that this is a work. I do not believe the validity of it, and the description of this clip makes me double down on that. Let's hear what Pat McAfee had to say.
Okay.
AJ, Diary of a Polarizing Figure coming out August 14th, brother. We have a date. Pretty excited about that. I made that announcement this morning on the internet. Now, with everything happening in the world and everybody telling me how terrible of a person I am, it felt like a good time to let people know I know that you feel that way about me. I actually wrote a bunch of songs about it. So August 14th, 13 songs coming out. I wrote this entire thing, AJ, over the last 20 years or so in my notes section. A lot of very personal stuff in here.
In his notes section, as everyone does, I don't believe for 2 seconds. It sounds all wrestling. This sounds, it's for my haters. I am, I got this thing going on. It's a letter to all my haters. I've been writing this stuff all the time. It just sounds like a Hollywood Hulk Hogan or something.
Okay.
Like strutting around the ring with like the feather boa on.
Okay.
Like, ugh.
I don't think he's thinking of this and planning on it being a work. The most credit I can give him is the Eddie Murphy thought process when he made his album, which was, I think I'm a good enough singer to make an album, and if it flops, I can just make fun of it and say it was a joke.
But it wasn't, because Eddie Murphy had made it very clear that he wanted to be taken seriously as a singer, and he hooked up with Rick James.
Not that it was a joke, but I can make fun of it and I can use it as material in my act and goof on it for being not good.
Did he do that?
Yeah, he said it's like, if it's a good album, good. I want it to be a good album. And if it's not, I'll just laugh about it in my stand-up.
Okay, because I remember he had zero sense of humor about party all the time. The only reason I think it's fake is because the way that he's setting it up, and he is like wrestler guy. Like he's very attached to wrestling, and all this sports stuff is wrestling now. The way everyone talks is like a wrestler doing a promo. They set things up to pay off, like real life stuff. It's all wrestling.
I'm funny. I'm just thrown off, and I don't really care for you giving him credit. This is unsettling to me.
It's not credit. It's even a bigger insult. Like if he really was putting out an album and I thought that it was an album and it sucked, At least he put out an album and tried something artistic. I think that his entire personality is contrived. I don't think he's like this at all. I don't think this is the way that he talks. I don't think these are the things that he believes. I think that it is all under the guise of showbiz. And I would encourage broadcasters, if you're looking to get into something, I don't see – now, Pat McAfee's made his money. I don't see the longevity in pretending to be a wrestler. If you can push against that grain and be conversational in yourself, I think that will pay off way more than doing some wrestling shtick where you're Pat McAfee, the wrestler, and everything you say is a wrestler. It paid off for him. I just don't see it. If you get a generation of people pretending to be a wrestler, the guy who's going to make all the money is the guy that doesn't, is my opinion.
Finding my singing voice has been fun. That has been a blast. And then all the incredible people in Nashville who have assisted and helped me kind of piece all this together.
And that's another thing. Like, you think Nashville songwriters are going to help him? I'm just kidding. The people that wrote the Applebee's song. Yeah. Think they're gonna lower themselves to that?
Yeah, we fancy like Applebee's.
This guy's a songwriter in Nashville. Oh. Yeah.
I'm so grateful. Yeah, I'm excited, AJ. This will be a fun. I think I got heat. I think they're good.
See, I got heat. I think I got heat. That's a wrestling term.
I'm very confident.
Man. Good for you. Hey, why not? Like, if you want to do it and you care about it, why not? Why wouldn't you go out there and do it?
Obviously, there has to be a lot of like, what's that called whenever you're exposing yourself a little bit?
Vulnerability?
Boom. There's a lot of that in a lot of these songs, because I write in bars, and I'm not talking about in actual alcoholic bars. I'm talking about like bars is how I kind of write. I think people call it journaling and diarying or whatever. For like the last 20 years in my notes section, I have
he's music.
13 songs coming out. I got another like 40 probably in my notes section that I just kind of, when I'm going through something, when something's crazy, I try to get in there and try to piece some things together. I've always had.
Well, no, he doesn't have songs. He's got words.
He's great. Not only do we get this album, there's the threat of another one right around the corner.
I just puke up thoughts into my iPhone. That's how I write songs.
It's not even an audio file where he could hum a melody.
No,
he just writes words, and that is a song. He does bars. I don't know if you've ever heard that before. Bars, that spit bars.
Oh, sure.
I mean, you could go back to License to Ill, and they reference it. Give me 8 bars and watch me diss this. I don't know.
Incredible respect for the lyricists of the world and people being able to tell story through song and rhyme and everything like that. So I got a lot in there. I talk about a lot of things that are being said about me at this exact moment are going to hear my responses through a lot of these songs. It is.
See, these are responses to, imagined or otherwise insults. Like, it's wrestling. Again, it's a wrestling thing. He wants people to listen to the album and go, it sucks, and da-da-da-da-da.
Because these types of situations have been happening through my life, I think.
But as a punter, the pressures.
Life, in our existence as a business. But literally since like elementary school, I've had people that just don't like me because I'm too loud and everything like that.
Oh, poor guy.
So I've kind of been dealing with this my whole life. Other people label me a polarizing figure. It's like, I don't want to be I'd like people to like me. I don't want But it's like, no, you're polarizing figure. This guy's It's like, ooh.
It's because he's too innovative.
I'd rather not be. That'd be cool. But it's just kind of literally been my entire life. Because all these incredibly talented musicians down in Nashville, they track everybody's songs. So like on the album, the music that you're hearing, the guitar, the bass, the synth, the keys, the drum, the banjo, the fiddle, you name it, they're all being tracked in these studios.
Yeah, so when they record a song, not only the lyrics have to be put on and recorded, the instruments that play the song have to be recorded too. I don't know if you know this. They track them in a studio. So what they'll do is a guy will actually play the instrument.
Oh.
And then they'll record that into a thing, and that is required. So when you hear a song, it's not just my songs. It's not just me singing it.
So it's not just the lyrics. There's music too.
No, it's minor, but yes, there are people playing.
And people play those, huh? Okay.
And I'm going to take a wild guess that they're getting some of the publishing too.
The people that are doing the tracking and playing it aren't necessarily the people that you see on tour.
You can tell that he's a musician because he calls the playing of the songs the tracking.
Yeah.
Okay, the people on tour are playing the music from what they are creating there. These are like the best musicians on earth in Nashville. The people that did mine made my words come to life, let alone Ernest introducing me to everybody and helping and assisting in this entire thing. These dudes are unbelievable.
It was Donald Fagen and Herbie Hancock.
This is not. let me just say right now, 100%. I do not believe he's doing this as a goof. I don't think it's a work. I don't think he's doing it so that people dislike him.
He wants to be a musician. It's part-time.
He's doing this for real.
Even though he knows he conceivably just like recorded this stuff into his phone, and now he's describing to the audience that indeed songs have to be produced.
Yeah, because he's dumb.
No, I know he's dumb.
Okay,
I'm not giving him credit for being smart.
You have to be a certain level of smart to conceive a work of this magnitude. There's like a lot of time that went into this.
Or it was career. But I think it's a backdoor into, it serves two purposes. One is that it like goes, I know that you're making fun of me and I don't care, which you obviously do a lot. And then two, I can pass all this off as like I was trying to get people to hate me. Like I know that like I'm not a good musician. Like these songs, I was very inspired by the WWF's album with Grab Them Cakes and I Am a Real American on it.
I don't think he knows the difference between good music and bad music.
I don't think he knows either.
So he thinks he's making good music.
Okay. I hope you're right.
That the people tracking are making the good music, to use his terminology.
Oh, so by making good music, you mean tracking?
Yes.
Okay. Because I just know it as tracking.
Yeah.
They're tracking. So this is the Dookie song.
Yeah, we've heard this one.
Did he write these on his notes?
Yeah, this is the journaling.
I'm all the way in Eugene, smoking on some new green, changing up the routine, gratitude truly, feel like new school dean, life's pretty cool, G3 jobs, fuel means tank top, blue jeans, never change, crew needs, deep shots, view screens, movie star, two scenes.
Maybe
it's not a gag.
Maybe it's not.
No,
it's not.
I hope it's not. Anyway, so you think that he's operating without any kind of feedback from the artistic community? You would be wrong. Here we go.
The Savannah Bananas are just lit, period, by the way.
Yes. All right, so he brought Jelly Roll on. I was in the car with a friend going to something the other day, and he was playing Jelly Roll, and he goes, "Do you like Jelly Roll?" And I responded, "No." And I went, "You do?" And he was indeed listening deliberately to Jelly Roll on Apple Music or Spotify or whatever.
Had gone out of his way to listen to it.
Yeah, he had seeked it out, and then he informed me that he had gone to see Jelly Roll.
Oh, so you're not going to be hanging out with this person anymore.
It was fascinating just to be in the car with someone who's just like, "Do you like Jelly Roll?" No, I don't.
I do not.
I don't. No, by no means. And he's like, "Yeah, I saw him. He wasn't very good." And I went, "Oh, interesting."
Yeah.
He goes, "He played a lot of other people's songs."
Yeah.
Said, "Oh, you really think Jelly Roll can't pad out an hour and 20-minute set? You think that he's only got so many things he's tracked?" He said he played and then he was playing country roads and stuff.
Well, it's like a lot of these artists, like Zach Brown Band. They seem to be like very nice guys and some talented musicians, but you look at one of their set lists, it's at least a third cover songs. They don't have enough to do a full set on their own that people are going to sit there and listen to.
I would like to ask a 40-year-old woman if she went to go see someone and they played country roads, if she would be like, okay, at least if you're going to do something, surprise me a little bit.
Right.
You're playing an American standard.
I'm looking at Jelly Roll's set list. 15 songs, 8 of which are someone else's.
What are the ones he does?
Hands Up. Let's see. Son of a Sinner. I'm Not Okay. Need a Favor. The last 3 are his.
Who's Son of a Sinner?
You asked.
No, what are the cover songs?
Oh, the cover songs.
Yeah.
Let's see. We have Wild Ones, Take Me Home, Country Roads, Old Time Rock and Roll.
Seeger.
Yes. Good Riddance, Time of Your Life, Green Day. So those are some.
You're going to cover Seeger. What's the last Seeger song you would cover if you were in a band?
That one.
That's no. I'll do every other Seeger song in the catalog before I would do old time rock and roll.
Do you think he just skids in on his own skin now that he's taken Ozempic? Do you think he just lays his skin and goes da 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 da, and you hear and it's just him gliding on his own ankle fat? You know, he left the woman that was a prostitute. That was his wife. Oh. She wrote a book about being a prostitute, and then he left her. She said the man spent $30,000 to spend a night with her, and I went, okay.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. I would imagine that's what...
You mean you stole $30,000 out of his account after he went to sleep and you had access to his ATM?
Or you did $30,000 worth of blow out of his briefcase?
Oh, I take it back. One was a drum solo, so it's 8 out of 14.
Well, if you go to see Jelly Roll, you do want to see his drummer do a solo.
The Savannah Bananas are just lit, period, by the way.
Yes.
Big fan.
Goodness gracious.
Got it figured out.
They got it figured out.
Hey, don't you think everybody that's in the entertainment content business just has respect for the Savannah Bananas because selling out stadiums is like...
Yeah, they are a show for gay people and women. It's a bachelorette party. I don't know what you're watching. It's indeed lit. If you're a gay man who's into camp, or you are probably not the brightest woman.
That's very different.
Yeah. Listen,
the power your fan base has to have to be able to sell out a stadium. I don't think people understand the levels of everything. So, like, if you're able to captivate that group of people, which is why you and Posty's thing is so awesome to watch, it's like you got to be doing something right.
Yeah, people don't understand. If you sell out a stadium, that people like you. I don't think people get that. They're not in the biz. Way to break it down. That was pretty smart.
Yeah, you got to be. So even if you're not a fan of the product, you got to be a fan of the business. Like, I think there's so many things that they've done right.
Why do you have to enjoy something just because it's popular?
No, you got to be a fan of the business. Like, you may not be a fan of Madonna's music, but you have to respect her as a business person. No, I don't.
Right.
I can view her just as an artist and say, I don't go see Warren Buffett perform music because he's a great businessman.
All artists judged on how much it's been consumed.
Right. But she's such a great businesswoman. Oh, the Savannah Bananas. You may not like the show, but you got to respect the business. No, I can admit and concede that they're making a lot of money, but that doesn't mean I have to somehow enjoy the product as a result.
Yeah,
they're two totally separate things.
Yeah, it's like you don't have to like McDonald's, but you got to appreciate the hustle. Okay, but I still don't like McDonald's. You might not like the Savannah Bananas, but you got to appreciate their business. Great. I'm not gonna. That doesn't make me want to go. Like, is everyone there just to appreciate their business acumen? Everyone just goes to go, huh? These guys sold out a stadium. I appreciate that. That's why I gave my money. All right, Tom Caron will be joining us in just a moment.
More Toucher and Hardy next on the Sports Hub.
All right.
Caught by Holiday. That's the ball game. The Red Sox lose for the first time since the 1st of July. The 15-game winning streak has come to an end here tonight.
Last night, the Red Sox finally lose. Obviously, you've heard about that by now. Tom Caron was there. Very long day for him yesterday. Studio host and broadcast announcer for Nesson. Tom, hello, sir.
Good morning. How are we doing?
Fantastic. Thank you for joining us, sir.
My pleasure.
How do you handle days like that? Very long days.
They're long days. Yeah, you just you get there early and you put your phone on Do Not Disturb because the real world's going on, and you hunker down. But I'll tell you what, man, it was different yesterday. It was fun. That crowd last night was over 38,000 for the first time in a long time, biggest crowd of the year. And I walked out. I actually popped out of the studio in the bottom of the ninth when the inning started, and I looked over at Papelbon. And I was like, a month ago, man, like you were just waiting. Everyone was just waiting for what would go wrong, and the place was still packed. They're down 5-1. And there was the buzz was like a belief that they were going to come back. Now they didn't, but that was the moment I was like, wow. There was like, people were talking about the get-in price yesterday of a couple $100. When was the last time you heard about a get-in price at Fenway Park? It really changed everything.
Yeah, I mean, and when the Red Sox almost had a rally and then they did score, it kind of rejuvenated the park at that point. And it's tough not to get caught up in it. Even watching at home, you're thinking, well, they've done it enough over the last 3+ weeks to think that, all right, it's not over. Whereas 5 weeks ago, they're down 4-1 at any point in the game and figure, well, I can turn this off. I don't have to watch anymore. But everybody at the park last night, they've been conditioned to think and react differently based on what they've seen.
Yeah, and I gotta think that's the same in the clubhouse and in the dugout. I know they're never going to say that. These are confident guys. They always believe that they're going to be able to turn things. They believe in themselves. The confidence is high, but it's a mindset, right? I mean, the back of your mind. There's no doubt. A month ago, the back of their minds was what's going to go wrong tonight, and now, Jahmai Jones. It's a 2-run home run. His first at bat as a starter in left field, and Durbin hits the home run in the 8th inning the other night. Like somebody different doing it, and there really is a mindset now that something's going to happen. We're going to win this damn game. And that doesn't. Talent wins games, but mindset gets the most out of talent. And I think that's where you are now with the Red Sox.
To me, the best part of the winning streak, Tom, was all of these guys are really easy to root for. From the manager who hadn't gotten a shot to the hitting coach 32-year-old who'd never gotten a chance at his job, to guys like Siegler and Monasterio and Jake Bennett, who got smoked by a line drive yesterday and stayed in. It's just really, really easy and fun to root for this team.
Yeah, you're right. Because, first of all, they talk about the ultimate underdogs, right? When the streak began, they were in 10th place in the wild card standings, 6 games out. And now they're holding on to a wild card spot. And they're guys, like you said, who have Chad Epperson, the third base coach, he has 34 years in the minor leagues and never got a sniff of being a major league coach or anything. And now he's the third base coach of the Boston Red Sox. These are easy guys to cheer for. They're getting an opportunity. They're banding together. The airplane stuff and what they've gone through. And again, listen, it's a great plane. It's a very comfortable plane. Don't cry for the Red Sox because they've been sitting on it for a long time. But the one Chicago to New York was real. 7 hours on the plane, and then go back to your hotel at 1 a.m. and then get back on the plane and, we got more mechanical problems, another 3 hours. Then you get into New York at 5 o'clock. Like, that doesn't happen to major league teams. And the fact that happened in the middle of this streak and these guys rallied around it and had fun with it, it's an easy team to like.
All right, so I would think it's safe to say that you're not selling at the trade deadline. Jeff Passan says that there might literally not be one impact right-handed bat available for trade. If that's the case, how far are you willing to go, and what are you looking for?
Yeah, well, you're looking for that. You're looking for the right-handed bat, and I don't know how far you're willing to go. Is a Ty France in Seattle gonna excite you? Luis Ariz isn't going to give you the power. The guy give you 2 hits every game. But you're right now you're getting hits, you're getting guys on base. You're looking for a little more power. Some of the guys you talked about in the offseason, like when you were talking about Eugenio Suarez, this guy who brings you power, but he's going to strike out 200 times a year, and I'm not sure that's what they're looking for. They kind of finally got away from the high strikeout total, so it's going to be tough. And listen, we've seen Craig Breslow for a few trade deadlines now, and we haven't seen a blockbuster in season yet. The days of trading a major leaguer for another major leaguer at the trade deadline, that just doesn't happen anymore, right? So you got to find somebody who's willing to sell. Very few teams willing to sell because everybody's in the damn thing. It's just you'd love to see that. I guess you said they're not going to sell. I guess that's the biggest difference. I don't know how big they're going to be as buyers, but at least we're not going to sit here and watch them dismantle the thing over the next week and a half, and then have an August that doesn't mean anything. At least they're going to, whatever they do, it's going to be to try to make this team better down this stretch, and that's a hell of a turn from a few weeks ago.
Regardless of who they acquire, Tom, the Red Sox are getting career years from a lot of people on this roster. Can they do it for another 60 games?
Yeah, that's a great question, right? You go back to when they were writing Mickey Gasper, right? The hot bat of Mickey Gasper, which they really did. But that he came back to earth, right? These guys, Lou Merlone said it early on. It was in June at some point. He said, listen, he was talking about himself. He said, I can get hot for 2 weeks as a major league player. He goes, but I'm Lou Merlone. I'm not doing it for 6 months. And so I think Chad Tracy's done a really good job of mixing and matching the lineup, getting the most out of these guys. But, what's going to happen? Is Isaiah Kiner-Falefa going to come back and help this team? He probably can when he gets back. Trevor Story returns, and I know he's a polarizing guy to Red Sox fans, but he's a veteran who's pretty good defensively, although Chang has been terrific defensively. But he's a guy who comes back and, at the bat, you just don't know. You hope it's where it was at the end of last year, but he'll be back at some point in August. Nothing out of Anthony. I haven't heard a thing about Roman Anthony, which doesn't make me think he's coming back anytime soon. So it's a great question. There's not a lot left in the cupboard. It's not like, Franklin Arias isn't ready to come up. There's no stud right now who's standing by in Worcester ready to help you out. So I think, you're going to just try to keep mixing and matching and getting the most out of your matchups with this group until some of those guys come back.
How much do you think it takes out of you to go on a streak like this and then you're still third in the wild card? Like, what is realistic to expect? Like, what do they have to do on can they, you would think after you won 20 out of 23 games that you could, survive like a 3-7 streak, but that might really knock them back a bit.
Yeah, Fred, it's funny. I was thinking that exact thing driving home last night. Now, like, how many times have you watched a basketball game, a Celtics game, and you're down by 20, and you watch them put a 16-2 run, and all of a sudden it's a game, but that was it, right? Now it's over. They lose by 10, because the comeback got you within a couple of points, but that's it. That's what you had. And you hope this isn't that. You hope they don't wake up this morning and we're shit. We did all that we did all that to.
I mean, you swear all the time on Nesson.
Yeah, well, there you go.
You're so comfortable, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're so comfortable.
You don't wake up this morning and say, we did all that to be, 2 games up in the final wild card spot. So I do love that last night. Chad Tracy went in to essentially say that to the team, and Contreras was already rallying the guys around to have that message. I love that today's a day off. I love that. I really do like that they had the doubleheader yesterday instead of losing the day off, because it's a really good day to reset. It's not a travel day. These guys don't get many of those anymore where they actually have a day off at home. So they can take a chill, regroup, get ready for Toronto, get ready for the West Coast trip, the deadline, all of that. So I don't think this is going to phase the team, because they really didn't. They didn't. Don't get too high, don't get too low. They didn't seem to get too high in the middle of any of this. They all kept an even keel.
What's your confidence level that Chad Tracy is going to be able to strike the right tone in the clubhouse, though, once everybody's back tomorrow, and I guess set the right mood for after the one-day reset?
Yeah, he's been really good at that, I think. When he came in after Alex Cora, man, that was a chaotic time. Like, there was the emotions were real. There were a lot of guys who were a little bit of a mess at that point. And I think we're going to look back in the season, whatever happens, and one of the things you've got to say about Chad Tracy is when he came in April, that's as unexpected a managing coaching change as I've seen in a very, very long time. And he came in and really just the calm demeanor, the stabilizing, the fact that he's been around the minors a long time with a lot of these guys, he knows them. I think he'll be great at that. I really do. I don't think that's going to be an issue, because I've been watching this guy. He's 10 games over 500 managing the Red Sox.
One quick question.
That's remarkable.
Sorry, one quick question about the pitching. Are we going to see Garrett Crochet this season? What's your best guess?
I don't know. What he said yesterday didn't really fill me with optimism. I know he's talking about now I'm trying to get back for the playoffs. That's a long ways away, and if I'm going to bet, I'm going to bet no. But again, he could prove us wrong, and he's trying to. His goal is to get a couple starts at the end of the season and be ready for the playoffs. But I don't think you can bank on it. I don't think you can, rest any of your hopes on him being your ace at the start of this playoff run.
All right. Well, Tom Caron had a hard out at 8:45, and we're getting him out early.
Look at that.
Look at us. That's friendship.
That's what happens when you swear. They just kick you right off the air.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what's gotten into you, and I hope that
we have no problem keeping you past your.
Yeah, you did begin this by reminding everybody that I had like an 18-hour day yesterday, so I apologize. But I apologize to your listeners.
But, you figure his unwinding in Maine, he is now it didn't pay any dividends.
Yeah, we have no problem keeping you past your heart out. That doesn't bother us at all. We just fear for the FCC license, so we got to get rid of him.
Where's the guy who gave David Ortiz the pass? Is he still with the FCC? Let's get him back online.
That would have been so funny if they tried to find him for that. I know you had the whole bombing and everything, but come on. You can't swear.
Would have been awesome.
Tom Karen, watch him on Nesson. Thank you, Tom.
All right. Thanks, guys.
All right. We appreciate it. There you go. Tom Karen feeling very relaxed. It's really a tip of the cap to us.
Yeah,
it is.
Compliment to the show.
Did you know that Hardy and Ryan are wearing the same hat?
Yes, I did know that.
I have a feeling that was some crap that was given to the 98.5 The Sports Hub Golf Club.
Yeah. Incorrect. I purchased both of these hats at Golfers Warehouse in Braintree. They were in the clearance bin, but I was checking out, and they had two of them there. I said, I'm going to grab one for me, and I'm going to grab one for Ryan. I would have gotten one for Nick, but there were only two, and also Nick does zero work on the Sports Hub Golf Club, whereas Ryan does a little bit.
So this is part of his payment for being your executive producer on Sundays.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why give the guy money when you can give him a hat?
Give him a hat.
Yeah.
He's like,
Part of his job. That was made very clear to him. Not by me.
So Ryan's like real quiet, obviously, and even-tempered, but I even see, and this is no joke, I even see when Hardy asks him about the Sports Hub Golf Club, like him being like, oh. Hardy knows it too. I mean, Hardy knows it's bugging him. He absolutely does.
We're in the home stretch now.
How many weeks left?
Because Hardy was like, there's like so many weeks left, and Ryan's like, what?
I thought there was less.
Yeah.
I thought I was out of this quicker.
He's never complained about anything he's ever had to do for the morning show, ever. Like, it's just assumed he's going to go and help tomorrow night. Like, I haven't even really, I'm just so certain he's doing it that I haven't really asked him about it. But the Sports Hub Golf Club in the relationship with Hardy, very fraught. Very fraught.
Well,
Interesting.
I think people might have a change of heart, though. They might be asking for a few extra weeks once they hear this week's episode with DJ Zabkar.
Oh, you didn't get him from the Delhi fame? Zanzibar's?
No, the director of product management for gloves at FootJoy, DJ Zabkar.
Oh. For gloves?
Gloves.
Oh, because I thought you were going to come in here and tell me shoes.
No.
You got the glove guy.
We got the glove guy.
Real supple.
Yeah.
Guy knows how to hug all the right
Stay
girls.
soft. We're talking rain gloves. We're talking
how long
every
are you
make
talking?
and model. How long is the segment with DJ Zabkar? Do you want to know or do you want to be surprised?
I want to know.
23 minutes.
Jesus Christ, Hardy.
It's
how could
good.
you even talk to him in real life?
That's how you know Hardy is talented.
I cut it short.
You could have told me it was about the Australian anteater or about rocks. We have a geologist on to talk about rocks.
It's actually a good idea, like different sand composition in bunkers.
You really could go wild. Have Andrew Luck on. All right, he used to read books about rocks.
It's a good segment. You know what? You don't have to listen live, but the podcast will be up later Sunday morning. You can listen to it then.
Will the interview just be up as a standalone?
I'm sure.
Okay, yeah, I would have to imagine. I'll just catch you when it goes viral. All right, we'll be back in just a moment to hear that. That is a good point. He is 40. The hotel reached out, and they said that Adolfo won't put a card down at the hotel.
He called,
and I'm like, dude, like even I know that when we go to a hotel that you got to put a card down and that they hold like $100, $200 on it, but they don't go through with the charge. Like when we went to the Hampton Inn in outside of Hartford, you had to put a card down. But I mean, everyone knows that they're not going to end up charging the card. He thinks that they're going to charge the room to his card.
But again, you want to give him the benefit of the doubt because he's Adolfo, and it's like, okay. But also, then I'm reminded the reason why he's coming in is for his 40th birthday. So as a 40-year-old man with a job, he's still calling ahead to a hotel saying, no, I don't want to put a credit card down. Well, it's not going to cost you anything.
Why do you call them?
You're asking. I assume that question's rhetorical.
You have way more of a relationship with Adolfo than the rest of us, so don't ask me.
I don't know why he called. I texted him and said he had to put the credit card down and that they'd put a hold on it, but they wouldn't charge it. And I'm hoping that it doesn't make this any more difficult than it already has to be. I'm starting to regret our decision to hold this affair.
Do you want to track his? Do you want to track his flight? They put the flight tracker in Slack for us.
Sure. Where is he?
Yeah, where?
He said they had to change gate 3. I actually said boo-hoo to him because it was a little ridiculous. He texted me at 7:30. He goes, I've been at the airport since 4:30. The gate has changed 3 times and the air conditioner isn't working in the terminal. It's already 81 degrees outside. I said, boo-hoo.
He's
well, they changed the gate 3 times. That's crazy.
He's currently over Arkansas.
Oh, good.
It's like you change the gate 3 times. Like, good. Like, it's something to do. What do I care if you change the gate? Oh, no, they've changed the gate. It's a crisis. The gate I'm flying out of on a direct flight has changed. I have to. It was at A21, and now it's at A33, which is 12 more. I got to go 12 gates. Would not really have to go 6 because the evens and the odds are on separate sides.
Anyone listening in Little Rock right now, if you could do something, I don't want you to, shoot a laser pointer up at the plane. But if there's anything you can think of that might force them to make an emergency landing in Little Rock and get us out of all this, much appreciated.
It's going to be easy. It's going to be fine.
Keep telling us so, Seth.
Do something. Spell out SOS on the ground and maybe get the pilot say, "Oh, we better get down there and see what they need."
Tomorrow we have the fart doctor on tomorrow to finally put this all to bed.
Hundreds of people are coming to see Adolfo. Let them fawn over Adolfo for 2 hours.
Do we have Bert in tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yes.
Should we invite Bert to the party, like specifically? Because he won't show up, but it'd just be interesting to see what his reaction is.
Yeah, I mean, he was texting about nonsense yesterday in a group chat, which thankfully everyone laid off of. Because I was walking the dog when the text come in, and I hate that.
No.
Oh, do I hate that? I really do.
Can I just give this a laughing emoji and be done with it? Can I give it the ha-ha and not actually engage in this group text?
Just, I don't mind when someone group texts something, obviously, and especially the show. This doesn't apply to that.
Oh, yeah. Here.
But, just in regular life, a group text, fine, great. But unless it's, a compliment to you specifically, I guess to anyone on there, of an achievement, I don't think anything is required in response. I acknowledge that you sent this. I don't need to tell you. I just suffice to say, if it's funny, it's funny, because there's nothing worse when you have headphones in, and I know there's a way to stop it, but and you're walking around and it's you're getting to an interesting part of the story or something, and then it goes text message from, and then you could hear the audio drop before they say that, and you're like, ah! And it's voing, and it's ha 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 ha, and you're like, oh my god, stop acknowledging each other. You're all gonna see each other tomorrow. I acknowledge you.
It's particularly annoying when you're trying to listen to something.
Yes,
you got, I've got my the sports hub going there on the old Meta glasses, walking the dog, and
sure,
bling. Message from Albert Breer. Bling. Message from John Wallet. Bling. Another message from Albert. Shut.
But
shut.
It doesn't just say that. It says message from Albert Breer to John Wallach, Nick Gemelli.
Yeah.
Gemelli.
Would you like me to read it?
Would you?
No.
Yeah.
No.
It lists every name, and then it will go ha ha.
John Wallach sent a laughing emoji.
Yes, exactly.
Just for the record, just so people don't think I'm completely insane, that's not true.
No, you did not.
Yes.
Nobody replied to it yesterday.
Yeah, you don't need that. People walking around tomorrow thinking you did that.
Damn right.
Get a shank in your belly. Is anyone else going to glue, or not glue, tape atlases and phone books to their torso?
Yeah.
So they're impenetrable from a shank?
Yeah. Like you're going into a prison gladiator combat?
Yes.
Yeah. I didn't know that was the thing until I saw the Denzel Washington, John Lithgow vehicle Ricochet.
The one where he puts a stake completely through his arm, yet shakes it off and beats Lithgow at the end.
Well, but it starts as
he beats up Lithgow, right?
As Lithgow's still in prison, he duct tapes the phone books to himself when they're going into gladiator battle.
Right.
Yep.
I mean, you're going to take down Lithgow?
Yeah. And after taking down Lithgow, he said, "We're going to go play some one-on-one this weekend. You ready?"
I'm turning to absurdist comedy. I will see you on the third rock from the sun. Which is terrible. Absurdist comedy. It's awful. All right, we'll be back in just a moment. Ray Lewis was on Celebrity Family Feud.
Stay tuned for more Toucher and Hardy on the Sports Hub.
Hey, it's Fred. Summer in New England almost makes it worth dealing with the wind.
Not on goal for the entire night. They host Atlanta United FC on Saturday evening. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by Catches Law. At Catches, they specialize in helping those who have been injured, not only from a one-time incident, but from a lifetime of hard work and labor. Does this sound like you? Visit catcheslaw.com. I'm John Wallach on Boston's Home for Sports, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update at 9:30.
Attack for a deep three. Violent two-hand slam. Wow.
98.5 The Sports Hub. Hey, listen, if you've got to go, we understand, but make sure you bring the Sports Hub app with you so you can hear more of Toucher and Hardy.
That's what I want on my tombstone.
On the Sports Hub.
Toucher and Hardy, and you can watch us on YouTube. Subscribe to 98.5 The Sports Hub on YouTube. Ray Lewis, you remember as a Hall of Fame interior linebacker. You will also know him from his Hall of Fame speech, which we enjoyed so very much.
Listen to me carefully.
So remember, he's not in front of a podium. He's decided to put on a Bobby Brown handless microphone and start giving his prerogative. He's starting to tell you he's going to do what he's going to do.
He's walking around the stage. He's preaching to the people.
So he's literally like adapting that of like a big house preacher, of like a
Smart
televangelist.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's what you need. So Ray Lewis at this point is thinking that what makes this so funny.
You think people are just showing up there because they're rabid football fans and they'll consume anything having to do with football? No, they need a show.
Right.
You got to give them a little something extra.
And what's kind of funny about Ray Lewis is that he is under the impression, obviously, that he is like really smart and really charismatic, and that like he can't be stuck behind a podium. He's going to really walk around, make eye contact, and win people's and change people's lives, really.
Listen to me carefully. When God tells you something, believe him. Listen to me. No matter the journey, it's too many ups and downs. But boy, when you believe him, 5-15-75.
Because until then, you said, oh, what a message. Yes, so listen to when God tells you something, believe in yourself, with ups and downs. These are things that we all have to weather. The journey is well worth it, or the destination is well worth the journey. Enjoy the journey. But then he goes,
5-15-75. Remember 5 and remember 7, because they're going to have a recurring attitude in my message.
But don't remember 15. That was just junk that I was saying.
And remember 7, even though I didn't say that at first, I said 75.
But it's part of 75, but there's no 1. Remember 5 and 75, but not 15. Or we could remember the 5 and the 15, but not the 1.
I don't like your recurring attitude.
But I'll tell you this. 5, 15, 75. Now, I put a number in there you don't have to remember to screw you up. I find it easier to remember bookends than I do a whole. I like to sandwich things.
The recurring attitude.
17 bologna sandwiches green. I want you to remember bologna sandwiches in 7. 6/15/84. Now that's very important. I want you to remember the color orange. I put a crayon under everyone's seat in the crowd. It's magenta.
5/15/75. My mother had me.
It's a fact. A lot of people don't believe it. But my mother, I came right out of a hooch, yeah. Split out, little Ray. The doctor said, split, blop, blop. There's Ray. Wow, I saw her crying. Oh, it was crazy.
Ironically, when she was 15 years old, we had no other route out. I love you, Daddy, wherever you at.
And then he's emotional, and I think his father has left us, but I don't. Again, I can hear this every
But
time.
it is ironic that she had me at 15. You see the irony in it, don't you? Wear Atlantis. It's like rain on your wedding day. 75.
What happened when she was? Did she have Ray when she was 15?
Ironically, yes.
That's 15.
Now listen, she had me when she was 15,
Excuse
and
me,
I was
Mr.
born on the
Lewis.
15th.
Don't you mean coincidentally?
Shut up! There's only 31 options, and I hit one of them. What's the chance of 1 in 31 happening? 1 in 31.
There's got to be 1 billion to 1.
It's got to be at least 1,000 to 1.
Because that woman right there, 5/15/75.
That's right. Mm-hmm. And blue Skittles. I raise you. The emotion, fear.
You hear me? Yeah. Remember what they told you when I was little? We ain't gonna make it. Ain't no way we gonna make it. Well, guess what, mama? We made it. Crazy, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It is.
It's
Hall,
nuts.
Hall of
It's
Fame.
crazy.
And if you didn't know, if you get your hair cut by a very old person, you will see that has a network on all day on a non-cable having TV. You'll know that there is not only the Family Feud, there is Celebrity Family Feud. And like last week, it was Ben Affleck and Matt Damon. And, and then the week before that, it was Charlie Chaplin and Madonna. So these are the kinds of celebrities they get. But Celebrity Family Feud, who is one of the families?
All right, brothers. Top 6 answers on the board.
All right, so this is the Ray Lewis brothers.
No, it is a collection of former NFL players. It's AFC versus NFC.
Okay.
Former stars.
Okay.
Mel Blount, Hines Ward, Terrell Suggs, and Rodney Harrison.
Okay. There you go. It is again Celebrity Family Feud.
Yes.
All right, brothers. Top 6 answers on the board. In your nightmare, what comes up through the toilet while you sitting on it?
The hand of the man I murdered.
Yes.
In your nightmare, what comes up out of the toilet when you sit on it?
Truth.
Alligator. An alligator.
A snake.
A snake.
Hey.
Pass the play. Let's go.
We can steal it, though.
Hines, in your nightmare, what comes up through the toilet when you're sitting on it?
Roach.
A roach.
Ooh. Okay, yeah.
That's on there.
I like how there's no alligator when that's the whole thing.
Terrell? Yeah, he took your answer.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. I'll always tell you look frustrated. Yeah. In your nightmare, what comes up through the toilet while you're sitting on it?
A turd.
A turd. Yeah. Well, yeah, the one that ain't yours.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
The kiss of Poseidon?
Hydra's revenge.
You know?
Turd.
I guess poo and turd.
Mel, in your nightmare, what comes up through the toilet while you're sitting on it?
Lizard.
A lizard.
Snake lizard. I don't think that's going to go.
That was a good answer. Ray, in your nightmare, what comes up through the toilet?
All right. Let me think. Okay. A small country full of fear. Ray, what comes out through the toilet? Republican.
No, an actual object has to come out of the toilet.
Have. 17.
Regret.
The devil.
In your nightmare, what comes up through the toilet while you're sitting on it?
A rat.
That's a thing. I did it. They all said things, and I said one too. Ha ha ha.
Checkmate.
Come on, y'all, help me out. Rat. What's that say? Spell it out. R-A-T. I don't know. I can't hear you.
I grew up with him, Steve. I'm sorry.
Yeah. A rat.
Good. Oh.
Rodney, only one strike.
All right, we'll have to go. Well, I can't listen to it anymore.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it. All right. Why aren't you kissing me on my cheek?
That's why I'm still kissing you in the mouth.
Oh yeah. Whoop, here's my cheek. Nope. Come over here, Steve. Make like the old guy and give me a smooch. Come on over here, I dare you. Put your lips on my face. All right.
That's why I'm still kissing you in the mouth.
All right. Very good. Ray Lewis has accomplished that. We are having our big party. Our big party is coming up tomorrow night. No need to sign up online anymore, we've been told. It's at 8 o'clock. It is at Memoir, the big club, the fancy club in the Encore Casino Hotel. And Hardy, there is a dress code.
There is a dress code that we've been handed this by Ryan Beaton, who printed this straight from the website. Memoir dress code, stylish nightlife attire required.
Yeah, so you have to wear a hat from somewhere you've been. It has to be from a city that you've visited.
Preferably one that you visited this summer. Hopefully you got one while you were in London. If not, I don't know if they're going to let you in.
Well,
I'll just go hatless.
Colors and expense will have to be factored in.
No athletic wear. John.
Okay.
Shorts.
You cannot wear anything that you currently have
Fred.
on.
Sandals. Fred. Jerseys. Anybody here wears jerseys?
No.
Tank tops. Pat McAfee.
Beaten.
Sleeveless shirts. Beaten. Or hats. Pants.
What do you think it's up with people that aren't muscular cutting off? It's bad enough if you're muscular, but at least people know you're trying to show off your arms. Just like fat guys cutting the sleeves off their shirts. It's a real phenomenon. Crash does it. Maybe to show off his tattoo.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's just cooler. You know, you get a little
No, that's not the
ventilation
reason
in
at
there.
all. There's no way that is in any way a factor.
Popularized by Bill Belichick, of course.
Belichick just did it because he couldn't care less.
That's right. Closed-toe shoes required for gentlemen. Clothing with vulgar, lewd,
What about bitches? What do they got to wear?
clothing with vulgar, lewd, or inappropriate language/logos will not be allowed.
Well, that's something that is of opinion and could be challenged, I'm sure, legally.
Oh, there's a way to challenge it. That's the next sentence.
All patrons will be allowed to speak to a manager if requested regarding attire. Management will make all final decisions, not the door staff.
That's I love. If I worked there, I love that that's in there because it's the. I remember when I worked at Jackson Gills, and I would say, just talk to the manager. The manager goes like, "Why'd you tell them to talk to me?" And I'd be, "Because you're the manager,
right?
And you care about this job. I don't care enough. Like you care. Like this is your career.
Yeah, you need to be doing something too. I'm taking these orders. I'm getting the food to the table. You got to do something here. Go talk to him.
You're freebasing in the back office instead of coming out here.
So that does leave us with precious little options. I say us, I mean me, when it comes to what to wear to this thing. I have zero club clothes.
Well, when I got divorced, I have a lot of shiny shirts if you want to borrow one.
I need one.
Yeah. A lot of poof pants, I call them.
Like hammer pants?
Like more like Sir Mix-a-Lot pants.
Okay.
But no, when I got divorced, I had to go out and buy adult clothes. Like I did not have any.
If that was the task, why did you buy a sport coat with a hoodie sewn into it?
Because at the time, and now we're talking years ago, it was the height of fashion.
3 years.
Yeah, 3 years ago, it was a big fashion. Watch the NFL Network when those guys are on. There'll be a guy in a suit, and then there'll be a guy with a suit jacket with the hood in it. Mm-hmm. That was a Hugo Boss number.
You think those 20?
Don't worry about how much it costs.
You think those 20 and 30 something?
$220.
You think those 20 and 30 something year old ex NFL players dress the way you should be dressing?
I don't know. My daughter said to get it. It didn't. That rubbed you in a way that I don't know if it hit anyone else. I don't know. It was at Bloomingdale's. It was. I didn't go to like Supreme, which I have every right to do because it started in '94. But I didn't go to Supreme. I wasn't like trying to do anything. I just was. I like Hugo Boss clothes. It was there. My daughter said, "You should get this." I tried it on. I said, "All right. I don't have a problem with this." It was fall coat. But it is controversial.
You wore it everywhere.
Even on a first date, it's even kind of. I wore it everywhere.
I know you came into work wearing it.
Yeah, I did every day. I wore it all the time. I wore it to work at least never. But there was that time I wore it when they took a picture of me that you saw.
Yeah,
which was the real controversy.
Really stuck in my craw.
But then it was funny after that controversy. I wore it on a first date, and I said, "This is very controversial." And then the woman said, this is 3 years ago, she's like, "Do you have a jacket over a sweatshirt? Like, why'd you wear a sweatshirt?" I go, "Tizing."
Yeah.
It isn't. It's attached.
And she went, "Ooh."
Yeah.
Should never call me
It's like
again.
a dickie.
Yeah.
Ooh la la.
It is kind of a dickie.
It is a dickie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it zips in. There you go.
So John's got that one shirt that he wore for 3 straight promo photos.
And I'll wear it again tomorrow night.
That's okay. So
Sure.
at least he's got one more shirt than I got.
Mm-hmm.
That's how he ends up going. How he doesn't have that Wimbledon money is he's invested it all in this shirt.
That's right. Those are the two things.
He's been paying off this shirt for like 10 years.
I have T-shirts, I have golf shirts, and I have hoodies.
You can't wear I'm sure you could wear a golf shirt.
I think that qualifies as athletic wear.
No, I don't think so. I think athletic. You can wear a collared shirt.
No, I think they're trying to dissuade the hoodie.
Yeah, I think athletic wear is what it sounds
fine.
like. I think it's clothes to be worn by that are like Under Armour or something like that.
You can't wear the golf hoodie. You have to wear an actual shirt.
I mean, they make $2,000 polos. I mean, not the company polo, but you know what I'm saying, polo shirts.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would assume that those are appropriate for a club at a casino.
Fred, what are you going to wear?
I don't know. I haven't thought about it. But I have clothes because I have to go out and talk to women.
Right.
So I'm 51. And they respond, a lot of gold.
Every girl's crazy about a
big
sharp-dressed
chains.
man.
The one thing I've adopted that the kids are wearing are big chains.
Tyler Milliken's cousin.
Yeah, he was a bit of a forebearer of what was coming on. I told my kids, I told Milo, I'm like, all you need to do is get the thinnest chain you can and wear it on the outside of your T-shirt. It shows class and that you got some cash. You want to lump a crucifix or a Jewish star on there, you shake your pick, it don't matter to me. But it also shows you're a man of faith, They're super cool. Like when Zuckerberg was rocking a sweet chain. Did you see that?
Oh,
when
yeah. He went through a little phase.
He went through a phase. That was when he was really into like wakeboarding. But then I think he's out of that now. He's still jujitsuing because he's a billionaire and you have to. You know,
and it doesn't require nearly as much sunblock.
No.
You saw when he was out there on that paddleboard, just head to toe, just white.
Well, you know, listen, we can't afford to lose him. He's the Zuck, you know. That's how I get all my info is on the book, Facebook. All right, we'll be back in just a moment with the award-winning email segment.
More Toucher and Hardy on the way on the Sports Hub.
And the email bit.
Hey, we are Toucher and Hardy. Our email segment is powered by Jeffrey Glassman Injury Lawyers. I know Rucker's going to be at the thing tomorrow. I think Jeffrey Glassman, hopefully he can show up. If you've been hurt in a car or work accident, you got to get Glassman. Don't just send an email. Call all sevens at 617-777-7777 or visit gottagetglassman.com.
Oh, yeah, dude. Head was on a swivel.
Yeah, that is our friend Chris Rucker. Ben says, see you gentlemen tomorrow evening. I'm a little concerned about the dress code. I am traveling and spent all my per diem on a shirt, so I can't wear anything else. Are shirts with super complicated patterns that cost like $3,500 good at the club? In my opinion, the more complex the shirt, the more stylish it is. Alternatively, I can dress like the decal on my car with a fedora and a cigar sticking out of my mouth. I think my TC Tugger shirt and PP stained calico cut pants are just not appropriate. They need some guidance. John doesn't get any of that.
No, TC Tuggers, I think you should leave. That was
the episode you watched.
That was the middle of the first season. But I got beyond there.
But how are you going to pull off the driving crooner if there's no hats? I mean, you need the hat to be the driving crooner.
That is true. That is true. Someone said Tom Karen swearing on the air wasn't on my bingo card.
Yeah.
Is this how Blind Scott emails? Haha.
Yeah, everything in the subject line.
Yeah, there's nothing in the text. You want to read one? I really hope Joe Murray doesn't come because I'm kind of scared of the guy. Put them on the do not call list. LOL. Blind Scott again is attending to the party. His mother's coming, so it gives me some faith that she will be like, "All right, Scott, you've met them. Like, let them do their work." Like, I think his mother. I'm quite confident that his mother is a normal human being, and that is there to gauge his interactions with others. So, and I think Blind Scott best introduced from the stage, while he's in the crowd.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's any need to get Blind Scott up there because, as Hardy's pointed out, don't want him injuring himself. It's it's not a well choreographed performance.
Blind Scott also chronicling in his emails his conversations he's been having with Gisele Bündchen. I think Gisele would come on the radio now. She's liking my comments about it being her birthday.
Oh, that is true. She's liking your comments.
Yo, I talked to Gisele Bunch, and all the time she just liked the comment about calling your show right now. Here it is. All right, let's see. So it's a screen grab. Gisele liked your comment. I love you. Happy birthday. You're my inspiration in life. Yeah, I see that one. Sorry, I don't see her liking a comment about her calling into the show. Sorry, Blind Scott. Maybe you're.
Well, that's disappointing. I thought Blind Scott was talking to Gisele, and that there was a chance that she was going to be able to parlay that into us doing our show. You're saying that's not a possibility.
I thought maybe she'd be calling in during the segment based on his information, but maybe that was premature.
Well, I know that that she's obviously attracted to us, or me.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead.
Dear Hardy, just curious, do you clean out the golf cart after a round of golf? Thanks, Jason. Now, I know John's answer to this. Absolutely not.
No, that's incorrect. I always clean out the golf cart.
But you leave all your filth in a movie theater and on an airplane?
Yeah. What can I tell you? I clean out the golf cart.
The airplane.
Well, you got to take your cooler.
I was one of the last couple.
Take a little bit of doing.
The last couple flights I was on. First of all, every short flight they just go, we're going to have turbulence in this, and they can't come. I get it. They just don't want to come. That's fine. But so that's number one. And number 2, I was literally on a flight. They were like, hey, the stewardesses couldn't come through, so just leave your stuff in the front pocket. A cleaning crew comes on the plane when we land. A cleaning crew comes through. Their only service is to clean the airplane after literally every domestic flight. It is one of the first groups to come on the plane are a crew of cleaners to clean that. Now, secondly, what about this, my friend? What if you're at a highfalutin Chestnut Hill type movie theater? Don't worry about it. You wouldn't know. And you order food in advance. They bring the food to you. I have tipped 20% on this food. Am I supposed to bust my own plate?
No, you can't do anything with a plate at one of those places. But
so the markup on the popcorn, I throw it over my shoulder. Like, good luck. I toss it all around. Like so many cupcakes.
I cracked the code at that Odyssey movie when we went to the other day because I brought in my own Twizzlers. I'm getting the raspberry filled one, so I took some out of the big bag, put it in a Ziploc bag, shoved those in the front pocket of the hoodie.
Nice.
It might be chilly in the theater.
It's all right.
Hoodie in there.
Yeah.
I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But then my daughter wants popcorn. I'm like, you going to give me some of that popcorn? She says, sure. I said, hold on a second. I said, do you have a secondary bag or a cup? She says, sure. So they give my daughter the small popcorn. They give me a tiny little bag to go with it. It's like 2 for 1. Plus, she wants to put way too much butter on it. You know what I use? The little shake stuff that you get now. I like that better than the butter.
There will be families that come into it's only 81, 82 seats in these things. And there'll be families that come in for some kid's movie, and they'll bring a bag with treats.
Yeah.
Like, you stupid losers.
What? You want to buy treats for all those kids?
Yeah.
A couple $100.
Get whatever you want.
Put it on Freddie T then.
Get whatever you want, kids. Or, you know what? Keep the party more manageable to a degree that you can handle the thing that you went to. This isn't Braintree. This is Chestnut Hill.
Right.
Jason Tatum lives in Chestnut Hill.
Right.
Speaking of your cooler on the golf cart, John.
Yeah.
Someone did email yesterday, wanting to know if you were going to bring a cooler to Memoir with your special drinks. Same thing.
That'd be awesome. Like, don't mind me. I got Mountain Dew. John's going to get all effed up.
Don't you worry.
Are you going to Uber there?
No, I'm driving.
Come on, man. Uber just so you can get all smashed.
No,
even I'm Ubering.
I'm driving.
I don't. Anytime there's a parking garage, I just rather Uber.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to just search around for a parking spot, up levels, stress myself out. Just take an Uber.
First, Hardy, why didn't you have Wallach say that Ryan Fox was named champion golfer of the year instead of allowing him to say he won the British Open?
The Open Championship is what I said. Yes.
He's the champion golfer of the year.
I was not aware that he was crowned as such.
But idiot. But more importantly, when are you and Fred going to recreate the Tanguay and Zolak show? The Tanguay and Zolak was the first midday show on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Yep.
I never really thought of that.
Yeah.
Fred, between your Gary Tanguay and my Scott Zolak, we probably could at some point recreate Tanguay and Zolak.
All right. Yeah, all right. Listen.
So, I'm listening. Oh, Jesus. God damn.
Yeah, this cat played. He played the game, and Gary just talks it.
Yeah.
All right. Abortion, good or bad? 617.
Gary's wearing black socks with sneakers. Look at you. Nerd.
Controversial topic. Yeah. Just laying it on the table. Do we abort or not? 617-779-0985. Do you got a right to put your nose in someone else's business and tell them not to get a shun?
Why don't you lay this board on the table?
It's my meat.
Scott's still in the phase where he would show his balls a lot.
Look at this, Wally. You ever seen that?
This is but when CBS owned the station and more things were lenient.
Might put this in a sandwich for you?
I can't see it, Scott. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Scott's still in the phase where he would wear jeans with holes around the sack and would pull his balls out.
Yeah,
that hasn't happened in like over a decade.
Yeah, it's called a hanging brain. I'll do it.
These were simpler times when you would see Scott's balls on a regular instant.
Yeah.
I never did that. I'm not going to show you my balls.
Please.
Yeah, I showed my balls. I don't care.
All right, right on. Keep showing them. Don't give in to the man. It's something to look forward
What's
to.
up, Louth? Look at Louth back there.
Louth was our producer back then. Go put your balls on the window. Give Louth a scare.
Did you get after it last night, Louth? Huh?
All right.
Cake eater.
All right, enough of that. Hey, hang around. I'm about to get fired. All right. 617-779-0985.
Oh, way to give out phone number, Gary. Good job.
I never give out the phone number. All right. We'll be back in just a moment. Here are the headlines.
It's time for The Stack on Toucher and Hardy.
Hey, we are Toucher and Hardy. Hardy, what have we not gotten to today?
Well, we were talking about the Odyssey earlier, which I saw. It's fantastic. But during the filming of the Odyssey, Christopher Nolan banned one item of clothing from the set. Didn't want to see anybody walking around wearing these at any point before they were going to shoot their scenes, after they were going to shoot their scenes, and apparently during his period pieces. This is a big no-no for him. He says it just takes people out of the element and it reminds them that they're living in modern times. What would actors come to the set wearing that he banned?
Nipple tassels.
No, not nipple tassels. I'll give you a hint. It's a footwear choice.
Oh, socks.
Uggs. No Uggs policy on
Okay.
Christopher Nolan sets.
Ugh.
I want to stay in the moment. We want actors to stay in the moment. For me, the Ugg boots are a signifier of modernity. Modernity.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, take them off.
Anne Hathaway said she showed up wearing them,
Yeah.
and he looked down, stared at her feet, said, nope.
I said yes.
Emily Blunt on the set of Oppenheimer said
I'll
she
be
should...
blunt. I want to see your feet.
Oh, no, during Devil Wears Prada. I walked in wearing them one day, and it was like...
Devil wears nothing on their feet.
He literally just stared at them. I was like, Chris, come on. He goes, take those off.
Come on. Take them off. Please. What if you just said no? No, I won't. Then you get, I think, then you got a real situation with Ryan Reynolds' wife.
Well, that would be your immediate response and your pathological oppositional defiance disorder.
I'd sue. I'd sue him.
I'd call the president.
I'd call the president. I'd sue him. I'm going to sue you.
Sacha Baron Cohen has a new movie coming out.
He has a real crappy movie on streaming. It's about, he's like a sexist guy that like hits his head and then women become bosses. Like women are like the dominant sex. It's not funny at all. Like I couldn't get through it. It's weird that he made it. It's set in London, so I don't think it was made. It's like in a U.S. film company, but it's on like Netflix or something.
I've never heard of it. When was it released?
It's like I believe it's the most recent thing he's done.
Okay,
I can look. Allow me to look.
Okay. Well, Sacha Baron Cohen has a movie called Ollie G, Who Is I? That will be in theaters in October from Amazon MGM Studios.
I'm going to see that. I think Borat is one of the great movies of all time.
What do you feel? How you feel about Ali G though? It's not on the same level as Borat in terms of a character.
I think it's the second best character he does after Borat.
How many others does he do?
He did the movie with the gay guy.
That's right. That one was great.
Which is just offensive.
Thank you.
I don't need my comedy to remind me there are gays.
Ali G, Who Is I, will go up against Warner Brothers DC's Clayface.
Clayface.
And something called Clara and the Sun. The movie has Cohen and the Borat people reteaming for whatever it is that they're going to do as Ali G.
John, it's called Ladies First.
Okay.
And it was released this year.
Okay.
And it's a male chauvinist is transported into a matriarchal society facing challenges from a formidable female vision of himself. You know, I made the joke about the when I see a comedy, that is something that people do. They actually do when they don't like something you said. Like, I'm just trying to listen to sports, and you said, or I'm just trying to have a good time, and you said, well, if you were trying to have a good time, I didn't mean to disrupt you by doing my show that on something that is just in your car and not right in your face. I mean, you were just trying to have a good time. Now, if you were just, in a neutral kind of setting, maybe, it wouldn't be as bad, but you were trying to have a good time. I've maybe gotten that 100 times in my career. I'm just trying to. Oh, okay. I didn't mean to talk on the radio, which you are under no obligation to listen to. It's my bad.
Yeah.
You were just trying to have a good time. Maybe there's something better suited for that than talk radio. Maybe a good time could be had through, I don't know, the music of Anne Murray.
I was just trying to have something in my world that wasn't going to affect my status at all.
Yeah,
my equilibrium was not going to be thrown off by any sensory input. But there you go, talking on the radio.
Now, you have never met me nor know anything about me, even know that I'm listening or have the idea that I exist on the planet. But something you said went through a filter in my brain that you could never understand and hit me at a place that I don't like. And therefore, I don't think that you should be allowed to do this anymore.
Finally, Adolfo Flight Tracker, currently over, looks like southern Indiana.
Okay. Well, he didn't buy the Wi-Fi because he hasn't read or I don't think he's seen my text about having to give his credit card.
What?
I don't have one. I'm just turning 40, not 60. I'm not the king of Siam.
Call the hotel. No, am I going to have to put a credit card down?
Hey,
yes.
Jack, this is Adolfo. Yeah, 2 nights. You got it. No, I'm not giving you a credit card.
It's just for incidentals.
I'm not doing it. You can't scam me. I wasn't born yesterday. I know hotel that's got to deal with the station. Hey, you're trying to scam me. I'm going to come home and there's going to be $5,000 in my card.
We're giving you
You're going to take one look at me and know I got money.
We're giving you a free room. This is simply something we do for all of our guests. It's for incidentals.
Tell it to the judge. Tell it to some other rube.
You won't be charged. It's just an imprint that we have to make of the card and put a hold on it in case there's any damage done to the room. You will not be charged.
Right, and I won a sweepstakes too. Sure. Can't believe he called the hotel.
What are you doing? Come on.
You paid flight and free hotel to go back to where you lived for so long.
Incidentals. Not paying for the room.
Which creates like this email chain that I have to get, that I have to tell Fred, and he's got to text Adolfo.
Jeez.
Like just that perfect example of going out of your way to cause a problem, Adolfo. I'm going to call the hotel ahead of time just to let them know. No credit card from me. Check. Not getting it.
It's just, he's fantastic. He's untouched, unchanged rather, in the last 21 years.
Yeah.
I'm getting out of this. Mama didn't raise no fool.
Yeah.
All right. That'll do it for us. Tomorrow is the big party. Hopefully you can make it. We will be on the air tomorrow. Bert Breer, Adolfo, and the fart results.
Yes.
Because Nick should be done with that. If not now, soon. And you should see what this kid eats. Sloppy Joe casserole.
Anything in the middle of the night last night, Nick? No?
Oh, good.
It's too self-conscious.
The winning streak is at 1.
He had a belly full of Sloppy Joe casserole. He wasn't craving anything in the middle of the night.
I got a belly full of slop.
Sloppy Joe.
That makes Rangus. Sweet brown rain. All right. That'll do it for us. Everyone have a great day. Bye.